if I have done everything correctly, we should be live.
We leave it?
Okay, why isn't it show? Okay, there it goes. It was just taking a little bit. Yes, we indeed leave A. We did not discuss a cold open, so, I don't know, throw spaghetti at a wall, see what sticks. Go!
How did you know what I
Nothing
had for
makes
dinner
spaghetti.
tonight?
I mean, we could talk about our single brain cell moment.
I had pizza. I mean, I guess we could.
Oh, that could also
Bro,
be a
pizza at
single
the
brain cell moment. Did you want to talk about that single brain cell moment?
Oh. I mean, I guess we could. I was struggling to figure out what I was going to eat tonight because I was really feeling pizza. And I had a frozen pizza, but I wanted to share it with Yelling. And, well, I was thinking, God, you know, I don't really have the funds right now to be ordering pizza, but I really want pizza. And then Yelling says, you could just eat it and we'll get a pizza at another time. And I was like, oh my God, you're right. Why didn't I think of that?
I imagine
We're all running on a single brain cell, I swear.
You're just a math equation meme.
Yeah,
Poor
pretty
little, poor little hamster.
He's trying his best. He's working so hard, that hamster. Alright, I didn't post in the Discord areas.
Draco, is it okay if I steal your, whatchamacallit? Your thingamajig for my socials? The thumbnail thingamajiggy.
Oh, yeah, I could send that to you. Give me just a sec.
Thank you. Sorry, that was very wordy for not remembering words.
That was a bit wordy for picture. You break it down.
What is words?
We're having a night, it seems.
I mean,
Use your
also,
words.
I don't know if that'll help or make things harder.
Okay, I have sent the thing.
Arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you very much. Istuti.
Those sure were words. And I think Japanese.
Gracias.
Nani?
Going through all the languages right now.
Omelette du fromage.
Omelette du fromage.
Oh my gosh. Draco, I didn't know you could speak like that.
Oui.
Wait, no, as you supposed to say more.
Read this.
I don't have a lot of French, but I think mi amor is Spanish.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all I got is omelette du fromage and oui. And I know the Louvre.
On baguette.
True. Baguette.
Oui.
Brioche is probably also a French word.
I love this for us.
Oh, there's none of that escargot.
You almost made me drop my croissant.
This cargo where?
Escar, go get ready for the campaign. Ah.
Escar, go to the movies.
I see what you did there.
This feels just as bad as the original meme for that.
Mamma mia.
The single brain cell's winning tonight.
Mm.
Here we go again.
My mind.
How can I resist you?
Oh my gosh, I love this for us.
Get rid of that. I still have these open. I think I'm almost set. We just gotta wait for the pre-roll to go away.
Rest in pasta fettuccine alfredo.
Holy crap, Charlie, you can speak Italian?
Mm.
Danny Zavito.
That's not Italian, that's just a gay. That's just an amazing actor.
Mm. I'm trying to think. Mamma mia! That's all I got.
Wahoo!
Woohoo! Right, the ad has finished. It is finito. Who'd like to do the recap?
Not it.
I would, but I do not remember what happened last week. It was multitasking.
I could do it.
No.
The sad thing is, we have to let him do it at least once before the campaign's over.
No, we
I don't want to
don't.
get him
No, you already did it this campaign.
I don't believe I
You already
did
did what?
this campaign.
Let's see what happened.
Well, I know the first thing we did was we started to fight with the ghost people, the revenants.
That's right.
That was
We
the first
did.
thing that we did. And I think after that we just went to the book. That's all we did.
Well, we also returned the skull.
I got a cool axe. Alright, I got a cool longsword, I mean. I gave Dave my axe.
I think that's actually all we did.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
the
you
book.
you could flesh that out a bit more, like what you learned in the book, the fact that Argynvost came back as a cool shiny dragon.
Well, you see here, Leechmouth just decided to make a love potion and tried to give it to the previous incarnation of Arena, and it didn't work out in his favor. So now he's just sad, which I'm happy about.
Was that the real reason why she fell in love with?
I mean, she already had feelings for him. There was just that added on to it, really.
He was a monster before he became a monster. How ironic.
Dan, above board. The problem with filters of love is, though they do kind of work, it works on the first thing they see. There's this funny story about a woman looking at a donkey and falling in love with it.
No! We're not talking about that.
Or was it a fairy? I don't know, it's kind of hard to tell, really. Shakespeare was weird.
There was a lot of weird love-influenced magic. Remember how the Minotaur was involved?
And see, this is why I never use filters of love or give them to anyone, even if they ask. It ends in messes, 9 times out of 10. It's just gross.
Dear God.
Clover just squints at Dan.
What? It's the equivalent of the date rape drug, if you think about it. The arcane equivalent.
It's fucked.
Yeah. Remember,
So that's why we're gonna kick his ass.
one of many reasons.
No means no.
Feel free to take your point of inspiration as we find ourselves. Well, you guys were heading to Argynvost, I believe, to get the last few of your group together.
All right, the berserkers.
And I just have to make some adjustments.
The Amber Temple.
Yeah, because we already met up with the werewolves, and I found out that the kids were there.
Ah, yes. Also, incredibly important thing that we forgot to mention.
Yes, I found the kids. Don't worry.
They're okay.
Which is also a great thing to find out.
Oh, whoops.
Taking them home.
Right, and while you were in the book, Dan made the journey in Henrietta to the Amber Temple, but before you set off, Dan wants to gather everyone for something. So,
I,
oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say before that, can we agree or say that we did what we said off camera, where after Carta got the sword, he went over to Dave and said, "Hey, you could use a good weapon, so here, have this." With
Yes.
the axe.
So he will now have the axe.
Yep.
And I forget what Ismark has. He has the other axe, right?
Yes.
So he has so two of your melee NPCs actively have a magic weapon now.
Yes.
Yes.
Good.
I could get one of them Ember.
You could?
I'm not gonna do that.
Aw. Alright.
That'd be cruel.
Yeah. I mean, Ember really is uniquely perfect for you, because, like, the worst that could happen is you get fireballed. Oh no, what a tragedy. The lion made a fire. Fireballed.
Oh shit.
Oh no, who could have seen this horrid turn of events?
Gonna break it over my knee on purpose.
I could see that too, just...
Straw sauce movie. God, no.
DC isn't high.
It really isn't.
God pulls up Ishida.
But, oh, also, I guess, above game thing that we did outside, I forgot the players were supposed to get a level after the beacon, so they are now all level 12, just so everyone is on the same page.
Correct.
Right, so Dan gathers everyone, and before you get going, he also asks Dave to come over. So I had a thought. I obviously believe we are incredibly prepared for the fight against Strahd, but I had an idea to potentially give us insurance if things go worst case scenario. I have an ability I've very recently unlocked I've yet to use that can alter someone's perception of reality. And every day, at the end of the day, I can continue to keep that perception going. Possibly forever, since I don't really die of natural causes unless I choose to. But that's another thing entirely. It's called figments. I can either make someone see themselves as something different, or I can alter reality in a way like every door appears to be opened or closed. Let's assume open, bump into all the closed doors, hilarious. Or, in the way I plan on using it on Strahd, every single person in Barovia looks like Irina. He'll never find her ever again. Even if all of us fall, he will never find her.
That is remarkably devious, and I love every single thing of what you just said.
The only flaws I need to touch him to cast the effect properly. However, I think I have a means to do that. Dan snaps his fingers, and Yuki looks exactly like him. Dave activates his echo. There's another Dan. Dan casts mirror image. Suddenly there's 3 more. And Clover, I believe you can transform to look like anyone you want, can't you?
Yeah, but she's transferring, and she's still wearing her clothes.
That is unfortunate, but still, that's another possible me somewhere. If we flood the zone with as many Dans as possible via illusory magic, Clover's transformation, Dave and his echo, we could make it very confusing for Strahd to try and figure out where I actually am. Plus, I have a spell called Mislead. Creates an illusion of myself, I become invisible. I can just sort of walk up to him and slap him across the head.
Wait a second.
I go cross-eyed.
Could we use prestidigitation to make her clothes look like yours?
I think that's a bit advanced for prestidigitation, but perhaps we could do a maybe minor or major illusion to get that effect.
I had to think about it. I mean, I have the spell. I'm pretty sure everyone else here does, if that has magic.
Question, Draco, Bobor.
Mm-hmm.
How many days has passed since I dropped off the armor?
Let's see, 1.5... I'd say at least 2 days have passed. Well, 2.5 days. Once this day ends, it'll be 3 days.
Because when we're at Arkansas, that was 3 days.
No, I think you dropped it off, and then during that day, you went to Argynvost.
Didn't we also repair like some stuff?
The
From one of the
took a day
revenants?
and a half.
Yeah, so let's see. There was definitely a day and a half when you were fixing the ballista.
Okay.
Then there was the second day where you went. So yeah, you're currently in the swing of the second day.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Once this day ends, it'll be 3 days, but that is a later problem. I think realistically we could probably have like 10 of me. Mirror Image, Yuki, Dave, and Echo Dave. Minor Illusion makes... or Mirror Image makes 3. Clover is 8. If someone could pull off a minor or major illusion, that would be 9. And honestly, considering what I've done to him with my illusory bomb, I'm pretty sure he's going to try and gun for me first. Wound is probably still fresh.
Just thinking above game, we all just walk into the room and there's like 10 Dans right in front of Strahd, and he just looks at us as just like, what the fuck?
Fireball.
Did you clone
we did-
him? Oh, fuck this. Fireball.
Hey, about that, bitch.
Counterspell.
No, he's a fight fireball with fireball.
No, just let me shield you with my body.
I mean,
There's something ironic, Draco, about you having a character question Dan cloning himself.
yeah. Yeah. Now, I'm still going to enact this insurance regardless. In the worst case scenario, if we all fail, if I manage to get away, I can't die of natural causes. I can just wait for you all to reincarnate. It won't be easy, but it's possible. I'd also rather leave here sooner rather than later because I have my son being taken care of, and it's been 6 months already. But
You're a dad?
adopted, but yes.
Okay.
Small little tyke was put into... his soul was put into a doll by hags, and thanks to the magic of the harvest god Shante, he now has a pumpkin boy body.
Just smash cuts to a very perturbed looking Enoch who's just sitting here with like 5 kids and is just like, where are you?
Sending the message, "Hey, Dan, it's been 6 months. Where are you?"
Where's the
Please.
lease?
Cobra just has a deadpan look on her face. The twins.
I just tilt his head.
Dan's head is gonna explode for all the missed messages he's gonna get when he leaves Barovia. It's like his phone blowing up.
Hey man, it's been a few days. I haven't heard from you. Just, nice to be back.
I'm back, I finally have reception.
I think one of the first things Dan is going to do once he leaves Barovia is shoot Enoch a message. "Hey, Enoch, things went really south. I have been trapped in that god's forsaken country 4 months with no way to contact you. 25 words isn't enough.
All right, buddy. It's been a month. Your kid is still here. Where are you?
But yeah, that's what Dan wanted to bring to the table here, his plan for insurance, and wondering anyone had thoughts, concerns, things to add to the multi-Dan strategy.
The multi-Dan technique.
Mm.
Multi-Dan theory.
Shadow clone jutsu.
That sounds like a good idea. Also, I do not know how. I guess I'll say it in character. I do not know how my reincarnation works with my dark deal, but apparently I can be able to do that, so I guess I could come back too. So you at least have one of us.
Right then. It'd be nice not to be alone, but that's defeatist attitude. We're going to succeed. At this point, we have made so much prep. We're getting more friends to assist. This will work, but always good to have a backup plan. In the worst case. Didn't.
Well,
Hmm?
well, Wolfie, are you ready to get your people?
Try my best, but I'm not a talker, but I'll try.
Well, they're only gonna listen to you probably. So
Yeah. I'll try my best.
Let's swap to the map proper. I didn't know exactly how you guys would be situated here, so I just sort of threw you on there.
Imagine if Strahd was here, just like standing right there, waiting for us.
Oh, he's gonna get fucked up again.
Classic chair and all.
Look who decided to show. Oh God!
Oh, hey guys, remember me?
Oh God.
Why'd you run that time, Strahd?
What are you doing?
Fight back.
Foiling my plans?
Are you?
Yes.
I'll fucking kill you!
This playground rules, bitch.
Oh, right.
Make our way inside.
Gonna fucking kill you.
Change there. Alright. I just realized I had to move some stuff.
No worries.
And there. Now it's all taken care of.
All right.
Gotta move the map. Zip all the way inside.
Do you remember where they are?
Yes.
Yep.
It should be to the left here.
Alright.
This room.
Just checking.
Hey, Kingmaker, I'm back. I didn't think about your deal. I'm just here.
I didn't change my mind. We're just back. You don't know why, but you hear screaming. No, you know why. You hear screaming in your head.
Yeah, shut up.
He's cursing you out.
Just
Ah,
casual.
shut up.
Uh,
Right here.
As you enter, the berserkers turn around and they greet you with cheers. He has returned!
Yes. Hello. I have come to make a bargain.
What would you need of us?
We believe that we have all the tools and weapons that we need to finally defeat the devil. And we request your assistance on the assault.
You see the berserkers look hesitantly at each other and then directly at this wolf that's with them. This wolf that's with us was a gift from the devil. Oh wait, I just realized they're not actually in the room because I'd forgot I had moved some stuff around. God damn it. Hold on, I'm gonna fix that real quick.
It's fine.
Move some stuff around.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
I'm a little
I'll
bit worried
getting
about
rid
it.
of things.
Layer token. Alright, now everyone that's actually there should be there.
What is so special about this wolf? I'm genuinely curious.
Big wolf. Really strong. Dire wolf. Was
Earl
it?
just looks at himself. I'm a big wolf. I'm pretty strong.
I mean,
Plus, you would also be fighting alongside a pack of werewolves who are loyal to our cause.
the wolf
Werewolves are
begins
stronger.
to growl at you.
Hey, shut it.
Earl's gonna look at the wolf and can I make a quick insight check?
Absolutely.
How sentient is this wolf? Not one.
You're
No.
pretty sure this wolf is thinking on a human level.
Ooh.
I'm just
Did someone awaken
Acti-
a wolf?
I mean, did you see what
That's-
Raoul rolled?
Raoul's thinking this is a vampire wolf.
Wolf, a vampire disguised as a wolf, possibly.
Plus, we also have this on our side. Raoul's going to unsheath the sun sword. And all these berserkers, the wolf, everyone here is going to be bathed in sunlight. A nice warm glow. Hopefully inspiring them. If you join us, we can finally defeat the devil. And we can bring the proper sun back to these lands.
They all cheer. But the wolf is still outnumbered, but is not happy. I guess the question here is, are you going to do something about the wolf or just let it leave?
Raul's just going to
Bad
whisper
dog.
to... Yeah, Raul's going to whisper to the people next to him, which would be Clover and Bolt and Kai, just like, I think this wolf is sentient.
Whoever
Can I
would be
roll an
against-
insight?
Yeah.
You can. Okay, Kai Clover. No, this is just a regular wolf. I mean,
I
it
think it's
might
just a
be
regular.
enchanted to some degree. Maybe it seems a bit braver than a normal wolf, but apart from that, it's just a wolf.
I think he's just a regular wolf, buddy.
But it seems to be a whole lot smarter. Like, it's like understanding us.
Overcast detect magic on the wolf.
You do see enchantment magic.
Enchantment.
Do we have a way to break enchantments?
Does anyone have
Let me look
dispel
at this.
magic?
Let me look at all these spell lists.
Actually, I do have dispel magic.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Right? The enchantment magic evaporates. Since you didn't identify it, I'll just let you know what it is now. The wolf couldn't be charmed or frightened, but now it can.
Alright. Well, did you guys name the wolf, or is it just, a dire wolf?
As the Lady Gladiator. His name is Wolfgang.
Uh-huh.
Okay, Wolfgang.
Is there an
fight-
Amadeus next?
Nah. We don't know who that is.
Uh-huh.
One of these barbarians or berserkers is named Amadeus, but he's just shy. He doesn't want to speak up.
Yeah.
By the way, like you're having Antonius move. Karnak is like, I am standing right next to you. You are not going to do anything now. Like he is going complete Big Brother mode.
Alright, Wolfgang, you can stay with the berserkers here, fight alongside
Alright.
them. But if you don't want to, then I guess you could return to the wilds, but it's ultimately up to the berserkers here. But we want you all to fight alongside us on the assault on Ravenloft.
The wolf moves towards you, not hostily, just stands in front of you, waiting for you to move out of the way. You get the feeling he's going to just leave.
Okay.
Make sure we let it leave.
I mean, it's just a dire wolf. Right?
I mean, alright.
Farewell, Wolfgang.
Hopefully no one
We're
in...
having a pet.
Nah, he's just leaving. Hopefully
Yeah, alright.
no one in Strahd's employ might have speak with animals.
Well,
But that's a later problem, I suppose.
listen, hindsight's 20/20, and I failed my insight on it.
Yeah, you did.
Listen, it's just a wolf.
He's just a wolf.
Smart wolf.
And Draco, to be completely honest, they already know that we're coming. What information can they possibly give that we're bringing berserkers
Yeah, I mean,
and werewolves?
yeah, they'll know you have bigger forces and
I mean,
know to
that is a
prepare
good
more.
point.
Well, oh well.
Shit.
Well, we can't act on that because that is meta.
Yep.
Alright. So, are you going to fight with us? Or all turns back to the berserkers?
They nod. They are definitely going to join you, as you are maybe the reincarnation of their former chieftain. And you seem pretty ready. with your big shiny sword.
Mhm.
So that's
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the gladiator. In addition to 4 werewolves. I will
Yep.
keep this in mind.
I guess we can tell them that if they can make their way to the werewolf den, that they can all just convene there until we amass that force and take it to Castle Ravenloft.
I
Just so they're all in one
imagine
place.
you'll let them know where that is, because they have
Yep.
no reason to know where it is.
Just around Kretz. I'll actually point it down on the map, give them directions.
Ah, okay. We will meet you when you are
literally cannot-
ready.
You cannot miss it. There's literally a giant werewolf-shaped cave.
Oh, and also let let the werewolves there know that we sent you there for reinforcements,
Hmm.
just in case no fights break out.
Indeed. And they all prep, get their stuff together, and head out. Boy, wouldn't that have been awkward? They go to the werewolf cave, and all hell breaks loose because no one told them to say anything. Not
That's why
saying,
Clover's a smart one.
not saying that would have happened necessarily, but it would have been funny. Awful for you, because that's less forces, but it would have been pretty hysterical. You go to the werewolf cave, there's just so many bodies all over the place. Both the berserkers and some werewolves.
They're just like, what the fuck?
Good work, Dean.
Are we done here?
I believe so.
I feel like someone's shouting at me, but I can't hear it.
You can try to ignore the voices. You've done it so far.
Oh, I am.
If you guys, like, as soon as you guys go, I'll just see Karnak and that's what it is.
Hmm. Right.
So, did that go well?
Yep. Believe so. The direwolf didn't want to fight with us. Had some kind of enchantment magic on it. Don't know what it's about, but it should be good.
Yeah, Kai dispelled it, but that werewolf was a gift to them from Strahd.
We can't expect everyone to be a member of the cause. Take the victories when we can, right?
Yeah. Let's go back into the hut and try to decipher more of that book.
Above game. Maybe not this episode, but next episode I want to do something with reading Rainbow.
What? Oh, because the
Because
book.
you're reading the book. I was thinking Gothic Rainbow.
Or
Butterfly in the sky.
reading.
Reading
Home?
Rain Cloud could also work because it's dark and dreary here.
Folk can do, we can too.
I
wanna
can
read this
do
book next.
Anything. Words to grow. Words to show. Reading Rain Cloud.
We
I'm gonna read this
wouldn't.
book next. Hungry, hungry Alu.
Oh no!
Oh god.
Oh no!
It was Kai's favorite.
I got a book of that.
And yeah, I'm on the right layer. I'll just
The Andros that could.
good story, that one. I'm just gonna move you guys outside.
The Oracle in the Dragon Lord. It's a romance novel.
Mm.
I'm a fan of redfish, bluefish. There's no difference. It's just the same book.
Yeah, like 1-to-1, the exact same book.
Red Thud and Bluey.
Yeah, those books are crazy though.
No, that I have a better word for that. The Bluey in the Hat.
Yeah.
You see,
The 10-part romance saga.
eating random things in this book is just like weird.
That's what Uncle Thud does.
Yeah.
They were trying to punch something.
But next stop is the book, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
I began dealing with something far beyond my experience in magic, and needed no wise teacher to tell me it was deadly. As you read that passage, the mists roil in and take you back in. You should find yourselves in a familiar place. Give me just a quick sec here. There you are. You settle into a familiar room, Strahd's personal study, but unlike your previous visit, the hearth is cold. The room is near pitch dark and lit with a few scattered candles. Their flickering light casts long shadows on the shelves, fit to bursting with tomes. Books new and old that even at a glance appear to contain endless pages of spells and incantations. The portrait above the mantel no longer resembles the members of the von Zarovich family. Instead, it is a lifelike oil rendering of Tatiana. In the far corner of the room, looking over the space, is Strahd, enveloped by his black cloak, muttering under his breath and weaving arcane gestures in the air. When his hand lowers, wood shifts and creaks in the otherwise empty room. Anyone that's trained at Arcana can certainly roll that.
Definitely not.
Yeah, why not? 14.
Okay, let me just take a quick look at the spell itself. That is a... Okay. Raul, I'm gonna say with a 15. You're not well versed in magic, necessarily, aside from what you've heard from casters and what you yourself study, just on interest and just to keep yourself up to snuff for having to fight possible casters like Strahd. But you believe that the spell he is currently casting is animate objects, which, as soon as this chair in front of you starts to move of its own volition, you get confirmation that yes, that was the spell he was working on at this moment.
Oh, this is gonna get weird.
I wonder where that chair's going.
It just seems to be moving around. He's commanding it, getting the feel for the spell. Like, this is probably the first time he's cast it.
That chair can go wherever the fuck it wants.
Mm-hmm.
Just keeping an eye on him, I guess.
Yeah, I got an idea of what he's planning on doing with that, and I don't like it.
But at least we gotta watch out for chairs and furniture here.
If you'd like, feel free to move about the room and ask Strahd any particular questions that you might have of current events in the book at this moment.
Oh shit. It's an interactable.
Yeah?
Clover asks Strahd, what is he doing?
Uh, The spirits contact me again. I've been practicing magic to get a bit stronger in it. I've gone from traded in my heavy armors for a spell book. Still capable with the sword, of course, but tampering that with arcane might. Not only has it made me more powerful, but perhaps I could find a way to take Tatiana from Sergei. If I just get strong enough.
Bolt is walking over and just kind of eyeing the books on the shelf.
Like I said, they're all, not all necessarily, but there's some on magical theory, some that actually detail, like, spell information. No spell books, of course, but definitely stuff you could use to learn the spell proper, or to just get the theory on it and work it out on your own.
And what exactly is your plan to take Tatiana from Sergei?
Filter of love didn't work, but if I work hard enough, maybe I can find a spell that can do the trick. Admittedly, I'm getting desperate. It's only a matter of time before you hear a knock on the door, and it opens up to reveal Sergei and Tatiana. And they come in with big smiles on their faces. They ask him, "Oh, we have the most wonderful news, brother. I and Tatiana plan to wed on the morrow, and we would really, really appreciate it if you would allow us to use the castle." "Oh, oh, please, Elder, the chapel would be such a lovely place to have the wedding, wouldn't it?" Anyone who wants to can roll insight on Strahd.
Absolutely, this is gonna be fun.
So,
Nice.
ironically enough, Raul's the only one who picks up on this. Raul, you notice his eyes are shifting as if trying to get counsel from the voices that he has been hearing, ironic, which would be, all of you. He's uncertain on how to respond to this. You can tell, obviously, he wants Tatiana. If they get married, that might be the end of him possibly trying to properly form a relationship with her. So he's uncertain. Should he let this go? Let sleeping dogs lie and move on? Should he try to do something? But what could he do, possibly? He's absolutely in flux on how to approach this new situation.
I mean, Earl would try to say something, but he also knows that this is a book and history is set in stone, so nothing he could say would actually matter. So Earl's gonna just turn to the rest of the party and just do like a quiet, like a finger hush motion.
Here you go. I have a question.
I might have an answer.
Do Strahd have his sword on him?
At the moment, no. You get the feeling he
Okay.
probably didn't need the sword because he's practicing spellcraft. There was no reason for him to grab it. At the very least, he wasn't expecting there to be any attacks today.
Does he has a spell book in front of him?
Yeah, he's holding his spellbook.
Okay. I want to hold an action until either the scene right before the scene change, or we leave the book to swipe the book from him.
All right. Okay. So, does anyone else have anything they want to say to Strahd or do? Raoul has just you. Do you want to just trust what he's putting down?
Again, in character, like Cardex is using this as a way to get tactical advantage. He doesn't really care though.
Fair.
Yeah.
Eventually. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say Carter gets it. There's nothing we can do to change it, so might as well learn.
Exactly, because it's like we're watching memories. We're not affecting these at all. So he's smart enough to realize that.
If we can actually change them, then maybe we would try.
That's fair. So there's some back and forth discussion between the two hoping to be newlyweds and Strahd. Eventually, he relents and gives them the chapel. Of course, there will need to be invites sent and all that, which buys him a little more time. Which obviously he doesn't say that part out loud, but you all get the impression that's exactly why he's... Well, we need to send invites. There's so many people that would love to come see your union, after all. And the two of them leave, ready to plan. And Strahd lets out a sigh, addressing the rest of you in the room, the beings he believes as spirits. She calls me elder, old one, yet she has fallen for that gullible, faithless boy. Before I continue, I do have something to read, but there is something I need all of you to help me with for this particular thing. It'll make sense once I read the passage. I'm going to just put in general. I'm going to do a countdown, 3, 2, 1. And on 1, we all read that passage. But let me read the preceding thing. You hear a voice rasp from somewhere unseen. Dozens of voices echo in reply. Tatiana, Rahadin, Alexandra, Sergei. You even recognize the voices of your fellow party members in here. 3, 2, 1. You cannot find what you seek in a book. Strahd whips around in terror, and the book folds itself to a close, page by page. The minimal comfort of the library vanishes, and the candles are snuffed by an arctic breeze. A howling winter wind whispers, and I will share one more thing for us to read.
I'm not sure if the reading together thing is working for us or against us right now.
Honestly, I think it is, because it doesn't matter if it's in unison perfect or if it's disjointed, because the only thing is it's supposed to be unsettling. And I think either
It's
way it
different
is.
voices.
Yeah.
Okay.
That actually worked really good.
All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. Come to me.
Come to me.
And at that, the mists begin to swirl in, and Clover's sleight of hand.
15.
All right, 15. Let me see. It is on the table, because like I said, the book folded and closed on its own. But let's see if Strahd can get a reaction in, or if he sees what's happening while the mists fade away. I guess that would just be a perception.
I'm gonna use Flash of Genius. Clover's roll gets a +4.
Okay, so that'd be a 19. Yeah, he doesn't notice what's happening, and you snatch the book. It's a black book. Seems to be made of leather, but uncertain. But before we reveal where the mists have taken you, I need to just reorganize some things on that particular map. There we go. Well, I also have to get rid of a certain thing in the room. This will all make sense when you finally get there.
Black leather book from.
Give me a sec. The cat's opened up the door really, really wide, and it's all the noises.
Okay. I will, let me know when you're good.
Okay.
Like if he had his sword, I would have took that instead.
No, that's fair.
Never really said I'm leaving with something.
Back.
Welcome back. And now I will take you back to a place very familiar to all of you. In fact, you were just there not a moment ago.
Eh? Was he also there?
Not in the real world, but he is now. The growing number
So-
of voices pierce your mind, and the wind that claimed the candles whips your cloak. Your vision returns, and you stand in a blizzard on a mountainside before 6 carved amber statues, towering 40 feet tall. Each figure is deep in prayer. 2 other figures are ahead of you. Strahd and Alexandra are clad in ice-coated armor and trek through the snow toward the temple hewn from the rock. It looks immaculate, like you imagine it would before it became the ruins it is today. And you get a sinking feeling at the pit of your stomach as you realize what this section of the book is showing you. But I believe some of you may have come to that realization already.
Yeah.
He's about to make his deal.
You're about to see the siege on the Amber Temple. And in real time, watch as the mages die by Strahd, Alexandra, and potentially your own hands, should you choose to participate. You approach the colossal entrance carved into the face of the stone. Torchlight is losing a fight against the slate-gray sky. And in the fading fire, you see the silhouette of Strahd glide effortlessly across the fallen snow and paint the powder red with the blood of a robed figure at the temple's door. We're going to steal something from D&D 4e and do a skill challenge. All of you need to make various skill checks. Whether you're going to be hindering this process or helping this process is entirely up to you. But Strahd is going on a warpath here. Instead of having, like, combat against everyone, he's just going to be running through, killing as he goes along. So I'm going to pop the turn order up. Everybody roll.
This is interesting.
This is the one good thing from 4E. Don't at me.
Initiative time, ladies and germs.
Yeah, that's accurate.
Right, and we'll use Strahd as basically him and Alexandra moving along. So, Antonius, what do you plan on doing? I guess before that, actually, what is the party's goal at this point? Because you know this is a memory. You know that for certain. Do you want to try and help things along by taking down these mages faster? Do you want to try and hinder them because you just can't stand to see these people who might be innocent die? Or do you just hang back and watch the show?
I mean, innocence dying doesn't sound like a good thing. But also, we can't really change the fates of anyone in here.
True.
Yeah.
But I guess it's a moral standpoint. Would you want to try something even though you know it doesn't really matter? Or would you just actively help this along so you can get to what this book will reveal?
I, as the cat, Antonius, would probably be tempted to just help him with the intention of maybe he will remember my voice and be like, okay, maybe you aren't that bad of a person. It's a long shot, especially after getting fireballed twice.
You know, Antonius, you're all right. I'll kill you last.
I don't. I mean, if you're trying to get mercy, buddy, I think we're far past that point. But you do you.
He
Yeah,
had an illusion of
Yeah.
the girl that he likes.
Yeah.
He's probably. You're probably. Antonius is probably one of the most like people that Strahd wants to kill because you messed with him so much.
yeah, you're
I'm trying to
definitely
fuck one
on
of
his
trophy
list.
wives.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
definitely
you
on
tried to
his
steal his
list of
wife.
need to die soon.
Yeah, you made copies of his girl. You tried to steal one of his wives.
I forgot about that bit.
Mm.
I didn't.
We will remind Antonius in games, like we get that you don't want to, you don't want to die to him, but I don't think appealing to him is going to help.
Bottom line, I don't think Kai's gonna do anything.
Clover's going to hinder.
Okay. Right.
I'll hinder.
All right. So,
Antonius, this is more your training.
Or Antonius will do half and half. Half of his time, like every other move is gonna be hinder, every other move is gonna be help.
all right. So I guess I should probably also introduce more of the skill challenge. The goal is to get 3 successes. If you get failures, 3 out of 5, basically, is what you're shooting for. Hence why I was asking what your goals. If we have people hindering, you need 3 successes of hindering.
And if I'm doing every other, that's gonna be a little complicated.
Yeah.
Have at it.
I-
I
I'm
will take no part in
imagining
this.
just staring at Antonius like, what do you want? And he'd be like, It's like, darn you stupid cat.
You know what?
Clover's just going to whisper into Antonius, steal their weapons because we can take them out the book.
Oh my gosh, you're so right. I'm doing
A
what
bunch of
Clover said.
mages.
I'm going to change the music considering what we're about to be dealing with.
Antonius, this is more your training. Steal their weapons.
That's actually really good. Yeah,
This is
yeah, thief.
yeah.
Which is a completely neutral thing to your thing, but I would probably do that.
I mean, okay, so if you're going with just take the weapons off the bodies as Strahd goes along, then that will be counted as basically just sitting back and watching, and we won't really do the skill challenge if no one wants to engage with it.
Oh,
No, it's
I'm
just
stealing Strahd's
Antonius
weapon.
and Clover that would be doing that. And it's not passive, it's active. We're trying to get it off of people while they're maybe using it actively.
From what Kai understands, just we don't have to get involved unless Strahd like needs us to. So just not gonna do anything.
So do nothing for Antonius and Kai. So I'll take you just out of the turn order. Clover, you said you were going to actively try and hinder his progress, correct?
Yes.
All right. So what skill are you using to try and hinder Strahd?
Sleight of hand.
All right. So you're trying to take something from him?
His weapons.
All right.
Right now,
I'll be on the mages and taking mages' weapons.
Then
It'll be
Then-
much trickier of a thing than what Clover's doing.
All right. So I guess roll sleight of hand. He has a longsword on him, but it's not the sword that you know he has in the future.
Fuck! That's the right way.
This is just a regular longsword, unfortunately. He will get that sword at some point, just not now.
That's one I'm aiming to steal. 15.
Okay, 15. And we'll do this contesting. He will do Reception. You manage to pull the sword from him. He will not be able to use his sword in combat. Kardec, are you going to just sit and watch at this point? Or are you going to try and hinder or help?
You know what? He's gonna try to hinder. Just again, he can't. He knows he can't change it, but if he can annoy him, that'd be just fun.
All right. So how are you going to hinder? You can't use the same thing that Clover did.
Which was
Sleight of hand.
He's just gonna knock shit over with, I guess. Will it be a strength roll?
Yeah, let's do athletics to try and throw debris in Strahd's way to get him to trip up. 7. That is 1 success and 1 failure. You try to throw the debris, but you can't find anything worthwhile in this hallway, unfortunately, to hinder his way. You throw some rocks, but it didn't really seem like it did much. Raoul.
I guess, does Raoul notice that Antonius wants to take things off of the mages?
I mean...
Because if it's like, yeah, we can't really change anything, but if you want to get some loot, Raoul kind of wants to help Antonius get stuff.
All right.
Basically, like,
so
I guess what I would imagine, like, Raoul, like if he's like in the guise of like a soldier, he'll run up and be like, oh, trying to like attack him, but like not really, just to distract the mages long enough so Antonius can steal from the mage.
Okay, I will count that as a performance roll to try and make it seem like you're doing something. Like, oh yeah, I'm going to attack that mage through the arrow slit.
Alright. Are you guys ready for this hot 0 action?
13. Not a 0, but that is unfortunately another failure. You try to make it seem like you're going to attack them, but the mages seem to be, like, super focused on the devil and you. They're not going to fall for a ploy like that. They are here to defend. Bolt.
On one hand, Bolt is like seeing everybody trying to stop this, and he kind of wants in on it, but also at the same time, he also knows if we just speed things along and get to the end, it'll just make going through the book a lot faster. So he's actually going to help Strahd.
Okay. So how are you going to help him in this siege, I suppose would be more accurate?
He'll basically be trying to, like, since he knows they are fighting like mages, he'll be trying to play counter, essentially. He'll be trying to, like, I guess I'll roll like Arcana, so he'll be like, hey, this person's using this magic, hey, heads up, this is coming towards your way, kind of deal.
Yeah, I could definitely see that working, so roll your Arcana. With a set...
No, I'm using my inspiration.
Okay.
I hope so.
That's better.
Alright, with a 19, it's really hard considering, this is combat that's happening in the moment, but you're able to keep your eyes on track of the hand gestures that the mage are making through the arrow slits, and you can figure out exactly what spells they're about to cast and warn Strahd ahead of time. That is 1 success for help, 1 success for hinder, and 1 failure. And that brings us to Strahd, who moves forward. You see him reach for his sword, but not seeing that, he fires spells through the arrow slits before the mages can even react properly. With the information Bolt has given him, he knows exactly when to strike at just the right moment. Alexandra's sticking her sword through the arrow slits as best as she can. With such amazing skill and grace, she manages to kill the mages on the other side. The mages in the arrow slit rooms are dead. And the Legion moves forward. Let's go back to here. 1, 2, 5, 10, 15, 25, 30. Yeah, you'd only be able to move that. If you want to change your formation, feel free to do so. That's them. That brings us to Clover. You are free to move about as you see fit.
Here. What kind of weapon she has?
She also has a longsword. I will say, the way skill challenges work, you can't use sleight of hand like 2 times in a row. You will have to get a little creative with your skills and how you want to accomplish things.
I'm stuck underneath Clover.
Oh. Wait, you're stuck underneath? Oh, yes, she moved on top of you. You should still be able to access your token,
I can,
though.
but whenever I try to hang on.
There you go.
And wait,
There we
am
go.
I not doing sleight
was-
of hand as well?
I was
That's
just
the
gonna
way-
put myself right there.
Okay.
Am I not doing sleight of hand, by the by?
Yeah, on your next one you can't, but you've decided to hang back and loot, so you're not in the turn order officially, Antonius.
We'll move right here. And I will stealthily trip Strahd.
Okay. Alright, I'll give you stealth on that versus his perception.
No.
He rolled an 8. That's still a success on Hinder. So you very quickly shoot your leg out, and Strahd trips over it and falls prone. He's going to have to spend some of his movement to get back up. And, Kardak.
He's gonna try. Can I try again to like just knock shit over, try to get out, or be a bit of a troll to him?
You wouldn't be able to use athletics again, but if you could think of some other way you could utilize your skills that you're proficient in to trip him up. You can
I
also
use an
cast... I will also say you can also cast spells.
I was gonna say, can I use an arrow to knock over something?
Given how this hallway looks right now, there's not really anything you could do in that regard of knocking something over.
In that case, You said I could cast spells, right?
Yes.
Can I use Thunderclap to do that?
I'll allow that. What is the range on Thunderclap?
Yeah, let me
Let's see, so 5 feet of you create a burst of thunderous sound that can be heard up to 100 feet away. Each creature within range other than you must succeed on a con save or take 1d6 thunder. So you would have to move, like, where you wouldn't hit your allies, obviously. But you have all
Like,
your
right-
movement.
So if I were to move, like, say, like, right here, to where, like, he's right by the glass, where it's only him there.
Yeah, right there. If you stand just right, you could probably get some of this banister here to launch forward and get in his way with the Thunderclap spell. I would definitely allow that. And for...
So, like, right there.
Yeah. For creative usage, I'm going to say that one is a success with that spell. Strahd tries to get up, and with Thunderclap, you knock more debris in the way. He tries to get up and immediately falls down in a comedy of errors. And that is 3 successes on hindrance. Let me roll the con
Again.
save.
Like, if Straw were to look at him right now, he would just wink. Because one, he knows this is a book. Like, this is already history that has already been done before, so it can't be changed. But he's just having fun.
Alright. Okay, and we will exit turn order now because you've managed your 3 successes to hinder him. His own forces are turning against him, seemingly out of nowhere. And he's a bit fed up with these shenanigans. Strahd gives you, specifically Kardec, addressing down, trying to figure out what exactly your plan was there. What were you thinking? We need to be concise and act as a unit. Now get in line or I'll take care of you myself.
Karnak doesn't say a word, he just goes back to the Archman crew. Just goes.
Alright. And the force marches onward. You move through. I can't change the map properly, so you'll see that the sleeping bags are still here, but they're not here in this day and age. Strahd and Alexandra see these mages and set about their bloody work, dodging spells left and right. Sure enough, they dispatch these mages. Doesn't seem like they stood a chance. As you get a better look at them, these seem like initiates that are just doing their best to try and keep back the wave of death that's coming towards them. There are some older mages in here, sure. But at least the ones on this side were novices that just had the bad luck of being directly in the devil's way. They had no way of knowing which direction Strahd would take, of course. And they chose poorly. He is a man on a mission. Moving forward. With no regrets, no remorse. You get the feeling he might have been here before. That he seems familiar with the path that he needs to take to get to the destination he is seeking. And 1, 2. You there. You here. And you realize the direction he's going. He's heading toward where that lich was. Where you found him. And you move into the room. Strahd looks at this lich, and they have some conversation. Let me just find the song again. I'm just going to do a quick thing to load the song in properly. There we go, Temple of the Eye.
Draco,
Yes?
can I look above the door for the chest?
Oh, when you walk through there? Sure. You look up on the roof, the ceiling, as you walk through that room. It doesn't seem to be there yet. That seemed to be a trap that was set at a later date. It didn't have to be this way, Strahd. Do you realize what you're getting into? I do. That's why I'm here. Are you going to get in the way? No, no. You made it quite clear that is a mistake. You're free to do with your life as you see fit. My pursuit is to make sure people are armed with the knowledge that they seek. Even if it hurts them. Even if it kills them. We'll see what happens to you. Strahd nods and moves towards where this desk is, revealing that there's a secret door behind it. The inside of this room is very small, but as you make your way in, you notice him finding yet another secret door that he opens immediately. I'm going to move you into here, and I will describe this room as you never found it proper. Let me just grab... Where are you? There you are, Amber Temple. Number... Let me scroll really far down, because it's down there. This stone library has 20-foot high and 30-foot... 20-foot high walls and 30-foot high vaulted ceilings. The coverings of the ceiling is a fresco that depicts angels being set ablaze in hell. A black marble railing encloses a golden marble staircase that spirals gently down a 30-foot wide, 30-foot deep shaft to the north. Against the gray walls stand 6 10-foot tall black marble bookcases. On their shelves are hundreds of well-preserved tomes. Embroidered rugs, chairs, and lit candelabras fill the southern half of the room. But you can tell from a casual glance, there are spell books mixed in here too. This library is vast, and above game. If you had the means to decode the books in here, you could learn any wizard spell in the game here, in the real Amber Temple. Whether you could now, unclear, especially since things are about to be moving. You would, of course, need the time and materials.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Now that you say that, can I just make a quick perception check to look and see if there is any like tome or something in here that would fit his skill set, basically.
Yeah, I could give you that. Just a quick perception check. Also, I'm going to get rid of these radiuses because I noticed they're kind of mucking up chat's view. Yeah, with a 7,
Nope.
You don't quite have enough time to properly look around. You can notice there's definitely spell books in here, but nothing concrete. You're close enough to take a book off the bookshelf before moving, and you just sort of did it at random. As you open the book, it seems blank. Completely blank. Which doesn't seem right. Maybe there's a trick to uncovering the knowledge within these tomes, but at this moment, you don't know it.
But just turns to Clover, grabs her by the shoulders. We have to come back.
Antonius also wants to do a perception to see if there's anything worth looting.
Sure.
And with that,
With a 24, you look around. This is a library. The only thing of value here are books. I mean, the chairs are kind of nice. And the rug. Probably don't look as nice in, like, the reality you guys are from. With all the years
like,
of decay.
is there any specific book that I can take that seems very, very valuable?
So, I'll say before you moved over to here, you grabbed a book, and that one was blank inside. And you grabbed another one, and the same thing. There seems to be a trick to actually being able to use these books. Otherwise, it's a blank book with no value.
Can I just do an Arcana check for shits and giggles?
Sure.
Alright, 20.
Right. I'm gonna roll something really quick. High or low?
High.
Interesting. You think about it. The vaults downstairs needed a password to open. Maybe these books also require passwords to properly read them. And the only person who would maybe know those passwords is the Lich back in your world, Xanther, who's here now as well. But in modern days, he's forgetful. It's unclear if he would remember those passwords without any help to clear his memory fog.
Interesting.
But the story moves along as we move our way down the spiral staircase. Let me...
Room behind the bulb.
Yep. You see... Well, that crack in the wall isn't there in this day and age. But you remember what you saw of this room, and this does look like that room you never explored. I'll describe it in further detail. Again, I can't change the map, unfortunately, so I can't get rid of those crates, but they are not here in this modern time. Well, in the past, I should say. They're here in the modern day, not in the past. A golden marble staircase with black marble railing hugs the north wall as it spirals gently up to the 30-foot wide shaft you came from. Lying in the middle of the... nope, skip that part. The amber-covered walls are sculpted to look like tentacles that entwine around marble bas reliefs of kings, queens, pharaohs, and sultans, attended by a myriad of slaves. The west, south, and east walls contain alcoves. Standing in each alcove is a tall, rough block of amber. 2 wide cracks. Never mind, ignore that, that's the modern day. You do see something in this particular amber coffin. As you and Strahd come down the stairs, a red light at its core seems to flicker, trying to draw Strahd in.
Draco.
Yes?
I have a very interesting question.
I might have an interesting answer.
What if I use message to try and pry those passwords out for the book?
You wouldn't be able to. You would need... Xanther's the only one who knows, and he doesn't remember them in the modern day.
But
You could ask him now, but you're with Strahd and you're downstairs now. So the time has passed. Unfortunately.
I can't make it seem like it's his own thoughts.
No.
Like, what's this password again? Oh, yeah.
I mean, you could try to deceive him if you were back upstairs, but you are not upstairs at the moment. You are downstairs. And
Okay, so we'd have to wait until we're back up.
yes, if the book allows you to, because this seems like we're nearing the end of this particular chapter.
Yeah.
But I
Okay.
digress. You follow Strahd, covered in blood, into this area, and he begins shouting, "I am here! What do you require of me? You are death, no? Have you come for me? If so, then take me, and be damned." The legion of voices from earlier rattle the bedrock. This one is a bit of a longer one, but once again, this being is contacting Strahd and using all these voices that he knows. 3, 2, 1. I have come on your behalf. You have fed me well, and you are due your reward. Lay your hand on my tomb. You hunger for your lost youth. Strahd von Zarovich. I shall remove the rival from your path, and you shall age not one day more. Alexandra, hearing these voices for the first time, grips firmly to her weapon. Strahd takes several steps toward the imposing amber sarcophagus. He would drop his sword to the ground, but you already stole it, so he drops his hand down, the other reaching out. His footsteps seem suppressed as he moves forward. You feel the sound drain from the already frigid space, and with each silent footfall, the torches burn from orange to green to blue to black before it is swallowed. Now, this would be a skill challenge to potentially help or hinder Strahd, but I feel like at this point you guys are just gonna let whatever happens, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Why
Yeah,
not
stop
make
this.
it a skill challenge?
I already have the sword.
Above game, I agree with you, Yelling, but in character, it's like, again, Kari's like, I want to change this, but I know I can't because this is a book. You can't change books after they're printed. That's like, at least he thinks so.
And
Draco?
Clover knows we can take stuff from the book, so that's why she's been stealing shit.
Draco.
Yes.
This is gonna sound super, super silly. Can
Okay.
I make the skill challenge be getting the information out of
I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to say again no, because that moment has
No.
already passed.
Okay.
Strahd touches the amber tomb, and for a brief moment, before I read this other passage, you all see this being, as a ghostly form, appear above the amber sarcophagus.
Oh shit.
Ooh.
The amber tomb illuminates, and you see Strahd's hand braced against its surface. In its hazy, yellowish glow, you can see where the light has been drawn. A phantasmal shadow erupts from the surface of the stone coffin and forms into that humanoid shape with wing-like appendages draping from its forearms, like the sleeves of a mystical robe. The wings envelop Strahd, and shadows follow in sequence and consume the room. From the depths, red eyes emerge and turn to where Alex stood moments before. The light slowly refills the crypt, and Strahd collapses in supplication at the stone vault. The voices now seem to converge into one. Do you wish to live? Strahd nods, exhausted. Then feed. An echo of dense, heavy steel bounds around you, as if the sound of Strahd's sword, again, already gone, so I can't properly do that. Sound of Strahd's hands dragging across the floor, the stone. It seems to make a strange noise as if his fingernails have become claws on the stone, scratching along them. Strahd jumps and clutches Alexandra by the throat. Her weapon falls below her feet. The choking ends quickly, only to be replaced by the blood steadily dripping down her front. Liquid pools on the stone as the body hangs from Strahd's claws. His pupils appear narrow, like a predator on the prowl, his mouth drenched in his advisor's blood. Color leaves the world. Even the vivid reds fade to gray, and the mist consumes the ancient catacombs. And you hear that voice, this time addressing you. So you've made it this far into the book. Interesting. How far will you go, I wonder? You get the eerie feeling that even though this is a book, it's a memory. Vampire has seen you. There it was. The parlay, the bargaining, the trade. What did they want of me? What could they possibly want from me? Bolts, now that you've read through this chapter, you get Commune as a ritual spell once per dusk.
Neat.
And you all find yourselves back in Dan's hut. An hour has passed.
And
So you all heard that, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
uh-huh.
What's the over under on the fact that now he knows exactly what the fuck we've been doing?
Very likely.
I was afraid you'd say that.
He might have already gotten a glimpse of what we were doing when we first stepped into the temple. When we made it there our first time. We never checked that room. We don't know if his tomb was still there.
Laura was slowly pull. See, she has the book that she's took.
You see the book in your hands, but as you smile and about to address that, the book crumbles before your eyes. It seems that magical items cannot be taken from the book.
Antonius quickly checks his pockets for the book that he took.
It also crumbles to dust before your eyes.
Nice try there, buddy.
Fucking damn it.
I can point something out that might make you feel better. There's a very good chance that those books are still there.
And the black
We
book
never
I
did
took is
talk to the Lynch.
the black book.
Which-
Black book I took was the one from his study.
Maybe it was a key item to the memory that cannot be taken out.
There goes the planet taking its sword then.
I mean, we could still try, who knows? It could
Fuck.
it can either be an effect of the book or a vampire themselves stepping in. What time of day is it right now, Draco?
You went to the wolves, then you went to the Amber Temple, got them. It was 4 hours to walk. I'd say the day is probably winding down at this point. After spending time in the book, decoding it, getting here, gathering everyone, it's definitely getting near the evening hour.
Alright, what's the plan, everyone? Do you want to try to decipher a little bit more and then try in the morning?
If we can get everything we can out of this book today, that'd be probably the best course of action. The fact that, like I said, he might know exactly what we're doing now is less than comforting, if I'm being completely honest.
And the faster we get this book decoded, the faster we can face him.
Bolt's already got the book open and is reading it.
And Clover just goes walking over his shoulder and helping.
Then try to keep Henrietta on the move. We know that Strahd has a teleport around this temple. We don't want to be anywhere close just in case they want to try looking around.
Right, anywhere in particular, or should I just pick a random direction to keep them guessing?
The second one.
Alright.
Even we want to know. Only you and Henrietta.
If it the best advantage would be if there is anywhere we would know to go, he would try to go there first. So anywhere that we've been, don't go.
Or would that just make it seem too obvious of a strat?
That's what he's saying. Like he would be like, okay, if this was me, the like he would like I would look at anywhere that the people I know are trying to kill me have been because they're trying to find like friendly ground. Like that's Kardec's reasoning right now.
Hmm. I can think of a few areas where he could lead you to. Hell, potentially he could also just put you somewhere in the Savoie woods in a random locale. So I think I have an idea where exactly he's going to pilot you all, because it's somewhere he wouldn't expect. But Dan whistles, and Henrietta begins the move. Oops, not meaning to grab that. Wanted to grab this. All right. And feel free to roll that Arcana.
10.
Yeah, 10 is not gonna cut it. This one seems pretty heavily encrypted. You can't quite shake this one. Out of curiosity, you flip through the pages just to see the progress you've been making. It seems you're about halfway if you can decode this one page. Or multiple pages, I suppose, since it's a chapter.
Maybe if you switch the letters around, or
If I get this one page done, we're halfway through the book.
Draco, can that Arcana check be guided? Like, can someone use guidance on Bolt to help him out?
I mean, if you have
Or
guidance, you could.
All right, well,
And I
I'll
believe
have
there's
some-
some
I'll have something for
bards.
next. I'll have something for next time.
Yeah. There's also some bards lying around here that could be giving inspiration potentially. If that is what you wish to do. And I will give this to you both. You could save this for the next day, or if you want to try and push yourself, you can take a point of exhaustion for another attempt this night.
Boulder's just thinking about it. Kind of thinks about it, and he's like, if I could stay up all night to finish this, but then we really need to save our resources. I'll worry about it tomorrow.
All right. And you all take your rest. You don't know exactly where Dan has led you. Seems to be a forest of some kind if you look outside the window, which could be anywhere in Barovia, really. But you all rest your eyes and go to sleep. Feel free to bring your spell slots back up if you need, and fully heal your health bar. As it's a dawn of a new day.
E3.
And if you'd like to both, you can roll your Arcana. Does anybody want to give him guidance and or bardic inspiration today?
I will do the help action.
I will have Irina cast guidance because she learned that.
All right, then, yep. That will give you a d4 to add to this. You have advantage. Antonius, did you want to play some studying music? Do you want to play some lo-fi beats for Bolt?
Sure. Insert like some weird fusion between traditional Japanese and also like Sri Lankan style music here as quote unquote lo-fi.
All right. And what is your inspiration die now? Is it a d8 or higher?
Let me check. Doop-a-doo, doop-a-doo. The die becomes a D8 at level 5th level, a D10 at 10th level.
Okay, and you're not a 10th level bard yet, right?
Not specifically Bard, no.
Okay, so then it would be the d8. So, Bolt, you have 1d4 and 1d8 and advantage on this one.
Alright. So let me roll that 1d4. So that turns into a 16, and then the d8. 21.
That's enough to crack it. It takes some doing, but with Clover's help, with the lo-fi beats helping to calm your mind just a little bit, and with the light of the Morning Lord assisting you as well, you crack this code and see the name of the chapter. Chapter 6, Wedding Bells.
Alright, kids, buckle up. It's wedding time.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Ugh.
And we'll flip open the page.
All right. I'm gonna quickly look in the audio that Roll20 has to see if I can find some appropriate music. Nothing in that one, huh? Nope. Maybe searching just wedding wouldn't get me anything in there. Yeah. It's gonna take too long for me to search through all of the music in Roll20, so let's see if I can find something that could work in my current soundtrack.
Speaking of soundtrack, before you get DMCA'd, if my noise starts getting heard on your side, I'm going to close the door again because the cat's opened it too much again.
All right. Take care of that while I'm going through here. I don't
Love
think
y'all.
anything I have is really gonna work. How about this one? Would this... I think this one's too ominous. Yeah, I think this one's a bit too ominous. What else I got? House, switch, Vistani camp, carriage, spire, tower, swamp, temple. Where is... Do I have it in here? Yeah. Maybe this one? I think this one's also a tad too spooky. Worst case scenario, I'll just use Barovian Castle.
Update, there is no nice way of doing this because if I close it properly, then Smokey will need to knead at the door.
Aw.
And if I close it, if I leave it how it is mostly closed, Vasco will probably just push it open full force, not really paying attention.
Alright. So I'll use this. We'll bring ourselves to the... We'll say you're in the church already. Just so I can have the music playing. This scene is set up for a later moment, but I will properly read and get rid of some things. Zoop, specifically. Boop. There we go. The mists envelop you all, and you hear Sergei's voice first. I wish you had someone like Tatiana. He enthused at me. Oh, but I will, I thought. A joyous melody sings from the pipes of Castle Ravenloft's grand pipe organ and wakes you from a deep, restful slumber. The jubilance of the verdant spring afternoon energizes your skin. Dozens of guests have gathered with wine in hand, conversing with people of a wide range of races, and decorated in spectacular tunics and dresses of fine silk. At the bong of a bell, they all draw their attention toward a beautiful stained glass window depicting a white knight and red-haired bride who seem almost alive in the sunshine and begin to walk toward a doorway leading inside. If you take a closer look at that stained glass, it looks like Sergei and Tatiana, which is interesting that Strahd would allow this to happen. Don't think that he himself has put the money in for this, but he allowed it, it seems, which is odd. And... you eventually enter a cathedral-like chapel capped by a 90-foot-tall domed ceiling. Raised by towering archways, the white marble walls are wreathed in strings of flowers and vines, and the decadent smell of the feast wafts down the hall, blending with the fresh air, a symphony of flowers from the gardens. Guests filter in rows and chairs, set to face the ceremony along the east wall. Standing in front of the room as you pass next to an altar, carved with bas-reliefs of angelic figures entwined with grapevines, is Sergei in a white coat, decorated with golden tassels and a priestly pendant on a cerulean ribbon hanging from his neck. At his waist is his sword, dazzling in the chromatic fragments of sunlight gleaming through the painted glass. On his right is Lady Ilona Durovnia, the roguish lady from before, but she is dressed in blue and gold priestly robes, standing poised to officiate this wedding. To his left, Strahd stands proudly, in his red armor with golden angel wings, and a heavy black cape. He watches you as you enter. And yeah, that would be later. But you all find your seats. I basically put you where I thought you might go. I'm really trying to find something a bit more cheery to play in the music, but again, it's just going to take too much time that we don't have. I probably should have done this sooner. Ah, well. Okay, and I was wrong. I can have at least these three here. I'll let anyone who wants to, while I'm setting this up, do a quick perception check before things get started. In earnest. Alright. Raoul and Bolt, you notice that the attendants that opened the doors to the garden while people were coming in were wearing armor. But more interestingly, you notice that they don't seem to have a von Zarovich sigil on their armor anywhere. These are not Strahd's men that are watching the doors in and out. That's interesting.
Bolt would just lean into Raoul. You saw what I saw, right?
Yeah, it's very suspicious. Makes me afraid of what's going to happen.
And eventually, a maid-in-waiting comes to you, and she mentions that Irina, or sorry, I keep making the mistake, Tatiana would like to speak with all of you. Oh, also I realized I put Evie in here, and she's not technically here, it's just the party. Whoops. But do you go with this attendant to meet with Tatiana? She's relatively nearby.
Sure.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
Right? She will lead you all over this way. She seems to be waiting in the stairwell for you, just out of earshot of the guests. I'm so glad you're here. I can't deny I'm a little nervous. I love Sergei, of course, but I feel like I don't really offer him anything. He's a noble and I'm just a commoner. It's... I don't know. Guess it's just pre-wedding jitters.
Aww.
Trust me, you offer him a lot. You're the woman that he fell in love with. Just you being you would be plenty for him.
That's so sweet. Thank you so much. Oh, it sure has been busy around here, huh? With all the people moving around, it's a little intimidating. I've never seen this place so busy. And again, I can't help that I just feel a little out of place here, even though I've been living here for a while with Sergei. And
Don't worry, my lady. Everything will be okay.
Right. And I guess the only other thing that's worrying me today is Elder. You all know that's her name for Strahd that he loves oh so much. Has seemed distant lately. Cold even. More than usual. I'm worried that he might not approve of our union. But he hasn't done anything, and he did let Miss... Let me grab the name here. Miss Delisnia funds that beautiful stained glass of the two of us, so I'm not sure where he stands.
Sure, he has his own emotions on the matter, but you probably shouldn't worry about it too much. I'm sure he's happy for you too.
Okay. I hope so too. I really want this day to go without any hitches. Thank you for this talk. I really needed it.
Anytime, my lady. And anyone in the party noticed that when Raoul was talking to Tatiana, like, you don't even need an insight, but he's like kind of choking back his own words a little bit, because, you know, you all know what's going to happen, but he's trying to keep things flowing, trying to make sure that she's happy on this day, even though Raoul believes this is the day that she dies. But, you know, gotta keep them happy until the very end.
And you're led back to your seats. The event will be starting soon. Oh, one last thing before it starts. She would ask one of you, her father isn't here to lead her down the aisle, if one of you would be willing to do that for her.
But just immediately looks at Raoul. I mean,
Or does as well.
Raoul will do it. Hesitantly, but he'll offer.
That is awkward.
She
Yeah.
gives you a big hug. What's so awkward? He's just leading the woman that he would have married in his past life to her wedding to him in his past life. What's so weird about that? Oh, wait.
The fact that it's normally the father that does it.
This is Raoul doing it to Tatiana, not don't think
Irina.
about it too much.
Yeah. Just don't think about it. It's fine. But everyone get back to your seats on the pews here, and Raoul and Irina will be joining shortly.
Antonius is just going to go to a different pew because
I do have to move you ever so slightly. There you go.
thank you.
Do the same for R2 up here. And of course the music plays, and Raoul and Tatiana walk down. Actually, sorry, they would be coming from here, because down the aisle. The door opens.
real quick, while this is happening, can Bolt attempt to incite the guardsmen, specifically, obviously, the ones that aren't wearing Strahd's visage?
Oh, absolutely.
And Antonius is going to try and loot whoever's around while they're not paying attention.
13.
Alright, let's see. I have to wait for their sheet to properly load. Okay, so let's go with this. Because they don't really have training in anything. Flat charisma. Okay. They seem fine. Obviously, they're surveying, doing their due diligence to make sure everything is going without a hitch. Let me move the knights out of the way. They're just standing on either end of the door so that Irina and Raoul can go down the aisle.
How would I do a sleight of hand?
Yeah, it would be sleight of hand. I think I accidentally grabbed you. Control Z. Okay. So, you pick the pocket of the nobleman that's sitting next to you, and you pull out 67 gold pieces. For some reason, he came with money to a wedding. That's weird, but fuck it. You don't care, you just made a payday.
I mean, listen, it might have originally been a part of the gift, but I guess, well, it's not a gift anymore to them.
Alright. You make it up to the altar. Raoul, are there any last words you want to give Tatiana before she takes her place at the altar?
This is both me and Raoul thinking, like, what do we say? Because we kind of know what's going to happen. I think the only thing he's really going to say to her is just, like, everything's going to be okay. Just keep up that facade.
He smiles.
Everything will turn out fine okay today.
She smiles and nods at you as she takes her place up on the altar, and you make your way back to your seat.
Can I incite the man himself while I'm just kind of right close to him?
Sure. And I'll try to fix you so you're properly in the center here. There we go.
Alright, 16.
Right, let's see if he can hide this. I will roll it. I just need to know what his bonus is. I'm rolling that one off screen. Okay, and that was a... He's not hiding it well. He's definitely has a cold look, like Tatiana mentioned. He also seems a bit nervous, anxious. He doesn't like that this is happening, but he's still letting it happen. Maybe he thinks this is what the right thing to do is. He shot his shot, but he just doesn't think he has a chance at this moment. But he made that deal with Vampire. So that's probably weighing on him too. Uncertainty about what's going to happen. If what's going to happen is going to happen. Or what that could even be. He's a little on edge, to put it mildly.
Can I make a sleight of hand check?
What for?
Basically, he's gonna try to, like, hide it from, like, the people, like, obviously behind him while he's sitting in this, like, on this bench. But his hand's on his pistol.
Alright. You absolutely can.
Antonius is taking about 23 of the gold pieces in. Oh my god!
Ooh. With a
Can I
natural...
already use my inspiration?
I believe you already did, didn't you?
I did, yes.
So, you put your hand on your pistol and immediately...
Can I use my inspiration on that?
No. You can't use your inspiration for another player, but as you put your hand on your pistol, one of the knights walks up to you. Excuse me, sir, but I believe all guests were told if they had any weapons, they needed to turn them in before entering here. If you want to stay for the procession, you need to turn that in for the time being.
Right.
Oh no!
We'll just kind of look at him.
Antonius has a plan. He takes 33 of the gold coins he has currently, and starts tossing some of them out. It's like, good luck to the newlyweds! Like, just throwing them everywhere as a quick distraction.
People look at you a little quizzically, but they're not going to question it. Maybe it's just something your people do.
No.
But it does
Can
draw
it-
attention.
Does that draw the knight's attention ever so slightly?
Yes.
Okay.
Sleight of hand again. I'm gonna slide the pistol behind Raoul while he's not looking.
All right.
26.
He looks back down to you and notices what he saw before is gone. Where did it... You had a weapon on you, surely.
Both hands just raised. I don't know what you're talking about.
He's gonna roll a quick insight on you versus a deception.
Please, nat 20. Please, nat 20. Please, nat 20.
I will give you inspiration.
I mean, he rolled a 5, so...
7.
Just barely.
Oh my god!
Ooh. Right. Well, just try not to interrupt the procession. He looks a little embarrassed as everyone's now staring at him because he thought you had a weapon, but clearly you don't.
And there's just gold coins scattered all over the floor.
Yeah. People-
Antonius is like clearly weeping in joy. 100% joy. Uh-huh.
Roll this.
Not
Antonius, roll
totally not an
deception.
act. Huh?
Roll deception.
Okay. Please be good.
12. Oops, that's the wrong one. Well, let's see. I'm gonna have to roll a few insight checks here. Well, you beat that guy.
Okay.
I'm just gonna do a blanket one for the nobles. Oh wait, they actually are trained in insight, so that would have been... It doesn't really matter, that's a 10. Okay, so... Sergey...
Just imagine Sergey and Tatiana and Strahd all just looking at us like, oh.
Okay, and this is wisdom. Natural 20. Goddamn. So everyone else is fooled by this being a custom of yours.
That bard is a fraud.
Okay, yet no one else picks up that this isn't one of your Tabaxi customs, but Irina picks up that you're doing an act and she looks a little hurt that you're faking this joy.
Okay, but it's not that I'm faking it against her, though. I hope she realizes that.
I mean, with a natural 20, she knows why you're doing it, but it's also a little confusing that you're helping your friend smuggle a weapon, but she's obviously distracted by what she has to do today to mention anything to anybody, at the very least.
This is just funny.
Irina just saw through it and was just like, let them have their fun.
Yeah. That was odd. The ceremony begins. I'm sure you've all heard the words, "Dearly beloved, we're gathered here today."
Silver is typing.
Hmm? I guess the two of you could roll perception checks if you want to pick up on that versus Clover's deception.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, good luck with that.
Okay, never mind.
So, Kai hears what she's saying.
Bolt just whispers to Raoul, "Now don't move." Assuming Raoul even saw him slide his gun behind him.
Yeah, I don't think he did with how high you rolled. So he might be a little confused, but...
I just stay quiet.
Yep. I'm gonna have everyone who wants to make a quick perception check versus something I'm going to roll secretly.
Good thing I rolled a nat 20.
Goddamn.
Good luck with that, Draco.
Yeah.
18, holy shit.
Considering their stats, everyone here's a well, hold on, let's wait for Kai. Yep. Everyone, you hear... Let me see. You hear the telltale signs of people drawing weapons from behind you and to where the door is. These knights that don't have insignias for the von Zarovich family. The crowd is hushed, but the stillness of the moment is broken by the snap of a string and the whistle of a crossbow bolt that embeds itself near Strahd's left pauldron. Another fires off from the back of the room towards Tatiana, but is stopped by Sergey, who lunges forward to knock her from harm's way. the bolt just narrowly missing him. Pandemonium breaks loose. Everyone is rushing to get out of here. It's absolute bedlam. The door is locked. The knights run in to try and take down Strahd and Sergei. The two of them stand back to back, drawing their weapons. Sergei tells Tatiana, "Get out of here! We'll make sure they don't hurt anyone here. Right, brother?" He just solemnly nods, a grave look on his face. As they are clearly outnumbered, but they are both very strong, the two of them. They might be able to swing the odds in their favor. Do you want to help, or are you going to just watch the scene as it played out, as it once did back then?
Bolt looks at Raoul.
Just gonna clear out these people.
Sarah's muted. Raoul just kind of looks at you with just like a grim look. Like there's not much that we can do.
Alright. You stay. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Clover's going to sneak off and follow Tatiana.
Alright. And I have...
I'm gonna try pickpocketing the knights.
Alright, 17. Yeah, I'm gonna say everyone else who isn't your party is currently too distracted to see you at that point. You know
Can I
what?
try pickpocketing the knights?
You can certainly try. I'm also going to bring up one thing. So, you dig into the knight's pocket, but you don't find anything of value. He doesn't have any money on him. He has his weapons, but they're clearly drawn, so... Seems he didn't need money for what he was doing, but he doesn't notice you've been picking his pocket.
Okay.
And I will let anyone who wants to roll an insight on Strahd, Sergei, or the knights of their choice.
Strahd, and she's walking away.
Okay. Let's see what we got.
Specifically the knight that was like, "Hey, you don't need to have a weapon here."
Rod.
Right.
I'm gonna roll on Sergei.
Let's see. That would be that plus. Okay. Got it. I have. Alright, so let's start with Clover. You can't quite pick up anything on Strahd. Obviously, he is very focused on this fight right now, protecting everyone outside, more specifically, Tatiana, for sure. But there does seem to be some sort of brotherly love maybe between the two brothers, in spite of everything. But you're not quite sure how much you believe that at this point. But maybe it's there. Bolt, you were inciting the knight who told you to not have your weapon. This was clearly the plan. He was trying to get that weapon away from you, so this would be easier. So there'd be no one with a weapon. The only people with weapons, Sergei and Strahd. Which, with the numbers clearly against them, this should be in their favor. Kai, who were you inciting again?
Rod.
With a 17, he is very focused on what he is currently engaged in. You don't pick up anything aside from a warrior fighting to protect those he cares about and loves. Which does include Sergei to some extent, aside from everything that has happened so far. He still has some strong emotions towards his brother, even though he wants Tatiana above all else. It's his last remaining family member. Of course he cares about him to some extent. And Raoul and Sergei. Sergei is fighting to protect the woman he loves. His brother he cares deeply for. He has no idea why there are these people here trying to ruin his wedding day, trying to kill him and his brother, but he will fight as best of his ability. He may not have his armor, but he has his trusty sun sword by his side. The fight goes on, and it looks like the two brothers are losing. They've taken out a decent amount of the knights, but they are haggard and outnumbered. And because you're in this book, you hear something. Sergei doesn't seem to react to it, but Strahd and you hear it. Now is the moment. Remove your obstacle. Take care of him now. And take care of the guards. Then you can claim Tatiana all for yourself. And one more insight check on Strahd.
What if...
Who are you casting on?
It's a 20-foot radius, so that would be, doop-a-doo, broadcast to others, linger, wait, no, that.
Okay, but who is this spell directed at? So you're just attacking everyone in that range? Because that's
a
each
point within
creature
range.
in a 20-foot radius.
Is it for a single creature?
No.
No, it is every creature that's in that radius. So,
And every creature that's in that.
so that would include Strahd, Sergei, and all the knights. And
There's no way of doing it without getting Sergei also involved.
not unless you want to get you and your allies involved, but yeah, there's no real way to cast this spell. Also, why casting the spell?
To see if it gives any sort of advantage to those two.
We're gonna glitch the game.
Yeah, honestly, there's no way for you to properly cast this spell to not hit the two people that you're trying to help here,
Okay.
given the radius of this, but I will give Raoul this. Upon hearing these words, Strahd is conflicted. He looks at his brother. He looks at the insurmountable odds. You can see him doing the mental math. Should he take his brother's life? The last of the von Zarovich family aside from himself? His last family member? He could get Tatiana. He could get the woman he wants over all else, but at this cost, it's too huge. But could they even survive this fight if he doesn't? No, he's rationalizing it. He must do this. He doesn't want to, but he must. You watch as his eyes dilate, as the sense of the blood around him turns him into more beast than man. He grabs onto Sergei and bites into his throat, and you hear one word. I'm so sorry! I'll do everything I can to protect Tatiana! And he drinks. And he drinks. As the knights come in. Meanwhile, Clover outside with all of the nobles. They are desperately screaming. Chaos is still unfolding. Everyone's trying to get safe. The grounds are bathed in blood. But you find your way to Tatiana. What would you like to say to her?
Clover says everything's gonna be fine. I will make sure you're safe.
Who betrayed us? I saw a glint in Strahd's, in Elder's eyes. Did the traitors do something? Was Sergei hit? I couldn't see. Is he alright?
I don't know. I don't know. But they should be fine. They're strong.
Right.
As long as I'm here, I'll make sure you're safe.
Okay. And we come back into the cathedral. Sergei is trying to fight his older brother off, but Strahd's fangs are embedded in his throat. His sword is drawn to protect his love, but it falls to the cobblestone. Its blade falls loose from the hilt into the rapidly spreading pool of blood, though both halves continue to dazzle in brilliant color from beneath the gore. Raoul, you feel the sun's sword awash with the emotion of sorrow, as it remembers this day just as well as you do. After Sergei is dropped to the ground, Strahd's eyes flash red, and he moves faster than almost perceivable by your eyes. He has become what he is today. A vampire lord. The pact has been sealed, and one after another the knights drop, coating him in their blood. Strahd has become a monster. But perhaps he always was.
I mean, he did try to use a love potion, so.
I'll become the monster.
Also, can I just say, your acting with when he put his teeth in, that was amazing.
Aw, thank
Just wanted to
you.
point that out.
The fighting winds down, and Strahd limps. Outside, I assume the rest of you follow after him.
Yes.
Alright. Give me just a moment. I'm going to set up one final scene. But I'm sure you have an idea where this is going. Let me paste... Oh wait, I didn't grab it. Okay, so let me do this by hand then. And there's Older Strahd. Let's grab Irene. Where are you, Irina? I mean, I suppose I could just copy and paste, but there's your sidekick sheet. But we want... There you are. And I'm just quickly arranging this. Let's see, Clover would be right by Irina at this point. And all of you would be behind the devil. Living up to his name today, that's for sure. Copy. And paste. Alright, now I can take you all to the scene as it's about to unfold. Shoot, let me zoom out because I'm in a random corner here. Oh wait, did I go to the wrong... I went to the wrong page. My bad.
I don't see myself.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Yeah, that's on me. I went to the wrong page. Strahd limps towards Tatiana, and Clover, you see him after the battle. You don't know what was happening inside, but he is coated head to toe in blood. Some his, some others maybe, but he is coated. He looks horrible. Betrayal, Tatiana. The Delisnias have betrayed us. Irina steps back. Elder, you're frightening me. What has happened to you? Where's Sergei? And feel free to take the action you were going to, Clover.
Clover steps in front of her and asks, "Where's Sergei?"
He stops in his tracks. As the mists seem to advance towards him, he shouts, "He is gone! I am here for you now. I will protect you." You notice, as something you haven't really seen in your interaction with Strahd, his form becomes a bit more monstrous. He is not quite human as he steps forward. Normally, he looks like a human with fangs, but he seems to be taking some more bat-like appearances. Still humanoid, but God, does he look terrifying. He's only even more terrifying with that bloody armor he's wearing.
Clover pulls out her rapier and whip. Not a step closer.
He steps towards you, and give me just a moment, because he's going to roll an attack on you to get you out of the way. But I need his proper sheet.
Can't I use something before he attacks?
What do you want to do?
My Conqueror presence.
Sure.
Yay.
You activate it and learn that he is immune to fear.
Can I give
You just
Clover
need
an
Clover's-
assist?
You just see Clover's face just goes from like a grin to a dread look on her face. Oh.
And he lifts up his arm and strikes at you. Does a 29 hit?
I was gonna give Clover an assist.
I don't think you could have at that moment. Things are happening a little too fast. You take 22 bludgeoning, 5 necrotic.
Uncanny dodge.
Okay. You can definitely use your uncanny dodge, but he smacks you out of the way towards the wall, and with a resounding crash, you slam up against it.
Hey, Hoshi, remember what I mentioned before we started?
So feel free to take that down. As the two of them begin a dance, Irina steps back. Strahd moves forward. It continues. On and on. The Lord's wounded limp forward and the ladies step back. Strahd moves faster towards her and the mist grows denser. It's not until you and Strahd both hear the creak of iron that you realize that they've reached the castle's overlook. And Irina falls. Tatiana falls. Tatiana! In her fearful daze, she reached the railing and tumbled. The mist parts beneath her. You rush to the ledge to watch her in her white dress soar through the air like a spirit towards the jagged rocks below that peer over the clouds. But she is not dashed across them. There is no crash. There is no blood. Thousands of feet below, the white dress simply fades into the mist. What have I done? I am a monster. I killed my only family. I killed the woman I loved. I am a monster, and I have gained nothing. You hear whistling from behind you across the bolt as it slams into his shoulder. He gets taken aback for a second, and he turns, a look of absolute fury on his face, as there are more knights trying to kill him. And before any of you notice, he's upon them, ripping them apart with his bare hands, the sword at his side no longer necessary, as he rips and tears through the people responsible for his descent. If they hadn't attacked him this day, he wouldn't have been tempted to attack Sergei. Tatiana would still be alive. He wouldn't be a lonely, vicious monster.
Wait. Draco,
Yes.
you said that the dress floated down, but Tatiana disappeared, right?
Well, it's more that there's so much mist that you couldn't really see. You didn't hear a crash necessarily, but it could have just been so far down that you wouldn't have heard the sound of it. Because you're like hundreds of feet up at this point. You're on a castle in a mountain.
So is there any chance that it's an illusion?
No.
Tatiana? No.
No, not at all. Strahd rips and tears through these nights. Leo Delisnia, the noble you met when Strahd first claimed these lands, steps through the mists with these 24 soldiers, a look of horror on his face as his men are torn apart like paper mache. This wasn't supposed to go this way. But how could they have known what they were going to unleash? And as you look at the sky, the mists swell in. They look darker than before, and you all come to the realization this was the day Barovia was sealed off from the rest of the world, where it became a domain of dread. The blackness returned, covering me, covering the world, never to lift. It weighed upon me, heavier than the mountain, smoldering and crushing me into something less than dust. But I was looking at dead men. Before another hour passed, I'd sent them wailing on their way to rotting hell. All of them. All except the traitor behind them. Bolt, for completing this chapter, you get the ceremony spell as a ritual. And you all get a level. Hooray!
Hey, we're at my lucky number.
You sure are.
Hey. Level 4 spells.
I got fucked up.
Mm-hmm. You sure did.
I will say for the rest of the party, as soon as you guys exit the book, you guys should see where I will crumple down in tears.
Irina will run to you. Oh, what's wrong? What did you see?
I saw him. I saw him kill everyone.
We saw the day that this land became separated from the rest of the world.
See.
And even if we wanted to, there's really nothing we could do to stop it.
Irina's going to hug you as tight as she can.
I was just gonna softly sob.
That fucking hurt.
Yeah, that damage stays with you. Anything that wasn't healed by Kai is still there.
Yeah, Clover touched herself one time and she heals. She used 1 point to get back full. Wait on hands.
Clover, Raul's going to, after collecting himself, he's just going to look to you. I appreciate you trying to protect her. I really do. I don't think there's anything we can do against that.
Not alone, anyway.
Not
Right.
right.
You all have each other.
That's the first time my fear didn't work on somebody.
How can you instill fear on a being like that?
The shot.
I'd appreciate it. But like what you all said before, we have to be smart.
Well, it gave me more insight of what I am capable of doing when we do fight him now. Now knowing that, one of my plans is out to dry now.
Oh, Board, I imagine you've been telling the NPCs what you've been uncovering this whole time.
Yes.
Mhm.
Do you tell Irina everything? Question 1.
I'm gonna
Unless
leave that up
someone's-
to Raoul.
Unless someone stops him. I
Draco,
think
I have
probably
a
during his tears he would have said everything.
Draco,
Yes.
I have a question that I'm about to DM you.
Okay.
How am I gonna word this?
While you're doing that, Dan, upon hearing the story so far, he knows it's not the time for it, but he can't help but hold back a little bit of a chuckle, because I'm sorry, I just came to a realization. I don't think it'll brighten the mood, but yeah, that's definitely gonna hit Dan.
Now
Like
she
what?
throws it right next to his head.
Okay. the he jumps. The point I was going to make, I just find it funny that Strahd midlife crisis his way into vampirism. It's just kind of funny. He's this big, powerful monstrosity, and all of this was because he was getting old.
Raul starts to chuckle as well. Because Raul looks a little broken. It's like,
You know what?
such the folly of man. How pathetic he was to stoop so low.
Sold his soul.
You have you have some you have some ammo there, Antonius.
I don't think Antonius wants to use said ammo.
And that's totally it from it to you. Quimby says, "Oh, I'll do it."
I don't think you understand, Quimby. How do I word this? Looks over to Clover for advice, like with that hint of help, kind of eyes. Help me, eyes.
What he's trying to say.
to not use this as ammunition for things.
Quinby's gonna put a hand on your shoulder. Listen, Antonius, there's something you seem to have forgotten about Kender. I feel no fear. I can really rub it in his face.
Hopefully you're far enough away that he won't rip you limb from limb immediately.
Oh, I'm not gonna get close to him. Are you crazy? From how you described it, I would die. Like, almost immediately, probably.
You know, Quimby, in the entire time we've known you, I think that's the smartest thing you've ever said.
Listen, I don't feel fear, but I'm not stupid. Most of the time.
I was gonna say, jury's out on that one there, my friend. Kardec says that with a wink to Quimby.
He sort of pouts at you, but you get the feeling he's in on the joke, basically.
Draco,
Yes.
I have a crazy idea.
Okay.
So remember how haste works?
Yes.
And remember how one of the ideas is to create multiple was it Dans?
Yes.
What if, hear me out,
Okay.
I also take upon haste. Because I can also get that spell, apparently.
I mean, you certainly could, and you could haste multiple people in the party. I mean, you would only be able to haste one, but Quimby can haste two because of Twin Cast.
But that would be funny.
It would. You could certainly do that when it's your turn in combat.
Okay. We'll just make Dan have like 50 bajillion copies of just himself.
Really are gonna shadow clone jutsu it up in there.
Yep, just him.
You know, now that I think about it, he also could get the seeming spell, and he could make all of you look like him. Just a bunch of Dan walking in on Strahd. Oh, what?
Speaking
that
of seeming
bothers me.
spell, I could also get that.
Oh, I mean, that would save him a slot if you're going to get seeming on everyone to make him look like Dan.
You know what? Just for the lulz, I'm doing this.
Okay.
Clover will look at Quimby and says, "Don't play with his emotions. Granted, I know where he's coming from with this.
You?
Yes, and if we play with that more than we will like, it will make things worse for us."
All right.
But it would have been really funny to see him mad.
I mean, I agree. I have a bunch of things I want to say to him.
No, we'll put a pin in it, and when we cross that road, we'll see how things develop.
That would be wise, Quinby.
Really excited to use that, though. I mean, could have gotten a new carriage or something. Instead, got vampirism.
I'm going to need a moment. And Raul's just gonna take Irina's hand and just sit in a corner.
All right.
One hand holding hers, and the other hand holding the sun sword.
You feel the emotion of, I want to say it's empathetic. It understands how you're feeling and feels basically the same. That was the day it was separated from its blade. It became half of what it once was. It lost a part of itself, and you lost everything. So profound is the feeling of loss from the sword. It's comforting, in a way, to know you're not alone.
Raul will think of that emotion too. And just kind of trying to connect to the sword mentally like that.
Mm.
Relating the feel of loss, but also just looking at the sword and then looking to Irina. And then there's just a sense of, I guess you could call it grim determination.
Mm.
Where it's like, we have to do this or die trying.
Mm.
We have to kill Strahd, otherwise no one will.
The sword changes to pride. The same grim determination as you, but you might be feeling the same way. A small bit of fear in the back of it all. Understanding that you, all of you, are the only ones capable to take him down, but there's still that annoying thought in the back of your mind. What if it isn't enough? It's suppressed. You're in the best shape you could possibly be in with everything you've done. But it's still there, lingering in the back. And Raoul, I'm going to give this to you. No one else sees this. So, how about the two of us move to the other room for a second?
I was gonna say, like, this would be a perfect time for me to take a break because I think I need to go to bed.
Oh, yeah, actually, it probably would. I guess we could take the break. We'll take the break first, and then we'll have the thing that Broaden only sees.
Sound good?
Hot dog.
Right?
My DC is 16 now.
Do, 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 do.
Yo.
Oh, and have a good night, Bubba. I just noticed he said he was heading off for the night.
Thank you for everything, Bubba.
I am so happy I got that joke out. That's my favorite thing about Strahd. The man literally midlife crisis into vampirism, and I find that
Oh, no.
hysterical.
Am I losing my hairline? Oh no.
Oh god, I have a widow's peak! Oh god, all my best days are behind me and I spent them in war! Fuck! I'm alone!
16.
I don't even have kids.
Oh, this single kid, I'm not even married yet, and I'm like, I don't know, 50 or something.
So I'm gonna give you one piece of advice. If there's anyone who could pull off a widow's peak, it's you. So take that. It's not gonna save your midlife crisis, but at least own the look.
Gotta flaunt it. Alright.
Oh, damn it.
Oh, damn. Powerful guiding bolt. But I'm gonna get up, stretch my water, drink my legs, all that jazz.
Jesus fucking Christ.
There have been developments.
Hey guys, guess what? Irina got too because she leveled up with us. She can death ward someone.
Good, because I only have 1 4th level spell slot.
She only has 1 2. She can keep one of you guys alive.
I think I'm gonna either do Staggering Smite or Fire Shield. I don't know which.
Fire shield's really good. You can get it off. You get spike damage.
Yeah. It's not concentration either.
She might ward either Kai or Clover if those two are going to be trying to rush into.
Yeah, I'll probably
Oh,
just.
Clover.
So she'll save one of you guys with the spell.
Oh, I'm gonna fucking prep. I'm gonna get Fire Shield and Spirit Shroud.
I pretty much hit the limit of what I want to do for Artificer, so I'm pumping all my levels into Wizard.
Hell yeah.
And I'm now Wizard 3 with this level up, so I have access to level 2 Wizard spells.
So I thought NPCs weren't leveling up with us when it came to the book.
Oh, really?
That's what I thought.
It's fine.
You guys want to see a funny spell I grabbed?
What is it?
Love it.
I can change the gravity.
You learn Graviga, or whatever that spell's called for Final Fantasy.
I should probably have Evie read some of that book.
I mean, over the course of the day, she could have been reading it the whole time.
Yeah, true.
Let's see, 3 days. How much do we need for that? Gotta spend 48 hours over 6 days. So she's just been reading most of the past 3 days. It would be 12, give or take 12 each, so 36.
I do have this.
Yeah, I saw that too. I wasn't gonna take it because it's from the Viking game.
Oh.
Yeah.
I
I,
grab it just in case if he goes full bat form. If he does get size category higher, I'm going to cast it on Kai. That's for fighting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit.
Or cast on myself, actually.
Either way, I mean, I'm fucking gonna grow either way in the fight.
I also,
Yeah.
even though I don't have any spells for it and can't get any spells, I have 4th level slots now.
Let's
That's pretty
see,
good.
and
Who wants a
You know,
4th
cast-
level? Who wants a 4th level lightning bolt?
We're probably gonna need
Strahd
that.
would. I think
Take it to
Strahd
the
wants it.
face.
I have returned.
Aye.
Hello.
Yeah, then I'm thinking for that tome, probably by the time you get your armor, the rating on that would probably be done too.
Draco, is it okay if we retroactively just say that Evie's reading that magic book that we got from the Amber Temple?
Which book again? I'll need a
Tome
refresher.
of Understanding.
Oh, yeah, no, if you want to have her reading through that, and if no one else wants it, yeah, she could have spent some time. We just have to figure out how much time she's actually spent reading it. Because she needs to make
It's
a...
48 hours.
Yeah.
It's 48 hours over 6 days. So you could she could probably finish it by the time you get Kai's armor.
Okay.
That does make sense. She could probably be reading it while you guys are in the tome. And that's at least an hour alone from that.
Plus the 4-hour blocks trying to decipher it and everything else during the day.
Yeah. Since you're not really doing much else aside from hunkering down and cramming, basically. It'd be the perfect time for her to do the same.
And she's got sweet glasses to read too.
Yeah.
Those rose-tinted glasses to help read.
They're just for passion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Take that book back with you because it regains its power after a century.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Wait, hold on a minute.
Yep.
Just want to make interest even
The
more.
best thing about it, it does not say it exceeds a maximum. The only maximum would probably be the soft, I guess the hard cap of 30 for wisdom. So you could push someone to 30 wisdom over several hundred years.
Kai's sister.
I mean, I don't know if you'd want to, but Dan also, since, like he said, he can't die of natural causes because of his level of witch. So he could just keep reading this every 100 years or so to boost his wisdom, too, if you were okay with giving it to him.
We'll see
I
where
mean-
it goes.
Arm wrestle for it.
I mean, it's that's nice and all, but Karnak doesn't really want to die.
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't want you to die either, obviously.
You know, Dan, if I die, you can take it off my corpse.
I'll try to do that while I'm running for my life.
Sounds good, buddy. I put it in an easy spot.
Appreciate
That
it.
song stuck in my head
Hopefully
now.
that never happens.
The monster song from Epic is just in my head.
Honestly, I've grown attached to you all at this point. I would hate to see you go and lose friends again in the most horrible way possible.
Thanks. I think.
If I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die on my own terms.
Same.
Then it would be like, what, 2 times in the matter of like 3 months for us?
Yeah. Well, 6 months, but who's counting?
I don't know how many times you tried before recruiting me that time.
Listen, I was staying in my house being alive. Do you know how hard it is for multiple months to just cower in fear of a person and hope to God they never walk through the door?
Yes. Yes, Dan, I do.
Then you'll understand why I just put up the potion shop as a front. I wanted him to think I had lost hope of ever getting revenge, because then he lets his guard down. And also I was really, really terrified I was going to be killed.
Valid. I just suffered losing a heart. What do those things have a connection to him anyway?
That's a good question, I suppose. I mean, we could ask him, but I don't know how willing he'll be to divulge that information. Is everybody here and back?
Mhm.
All right.
I think Yelling's not back yet.
Ah.
Or they're at least on mute.
Yelling, if you can hear us, leave us a sign. Preferably in Discord.
You got to eat your macros.
Yep, guess they aren't back yet.
Andrew, but echoing what they've said to you earlier. Great acting on all those scenes.
Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Gonna have to send this. Why did Nickelodeon do this?
Why did Nickelodeon do what?
Look in memes.
What
Oh yeah, I saw this.
Oh God. No, I agree. I'm okay with the fact that they took it down.
At least they took it
What, the
down.
Sigma?
Sigma. I can't believe they fucking explained this.
We have to explain the slang that's gonna be completely useless in 4 years.
Yeah. Everyone's
If
going
I ever-
to use it.
If I ever play a bard, all my vicious mockery is going to be outdated slang.
Oh my god, that's perfect.
Look,
What, the Sigma?
I literally had my 12-year-old explain to me what Sigma was, and I felt old.
Listen, I think we live in a great age for one reason and one reason only. we can just look up on Urban Dictionary what slang means. Parents are armed with knowledge of what slang actually is because they can just look it up. We're too powerful.
Can tonight's raid message be what the Sigma?
Yes.
Absolutely not.
What? No?
Okay, go ahead.
The Sigma?
Draco, if I redeem
It's
the
such a
channel points for the Ara, can you have Strahd say what the Sigma?
You know what? I feel like we need to do that once.
I'm redeeming the masculine Ara to have Strahd say what the Sigma.
Okay.
Completely serious.
It's such a shame that Bill Jobs died of Ligma. Who the hell is Bill Jobs? Ligma balls.
I don't understand why I'm here for this, but what the Sigma?
Ew.
No,
So-
the episode title for this should be Strahd crashes out.
See, I was going to name it The Devil Behind Strahd, since y'all had that vampire meeting earlier.
Could have called it the Red Wedding.
Could have also called it The Red Wedding. That would also have been a very good name. I might go with that, honestly.
Straws crash out.
Strahd's wedding crashers.
That does work, yeah.
The wedding crash out. There you go.
Yelling has returned.
Welcome back. The wedding crash out.
Oh, wild yelling has appeared.
Oh no, I missed an aura. Oh no, I missed
It wasn't
an
an
aura.
It wasn't an
Ara,
Ara
it was-
Ara. He redeemed it so I could have Strahd say what the Sigma.
Oh,
'Cause
okay.
sounds
that
I
wasn't
didn't
a
miss
redeem.
anything.
Yeah, you just missed what the Sigma.
Don't sound so disappointed. Jeez.
Listen, everyone. I have 58,000 more
Ow.
channel points. I'll have as many Sigmas as I want.
It's too much
What
power.
about
I-
Femara Ara?
I
Just
have
back to back Femara Ara, mayhaps?
I have 242,000 points.
I
I'm
mean,
I'm
I got
saving them.
38K.
I have a bunch.
if someone wants to redeem a Femara Ara, I am contractually obligated to do it.
No, but I will give you a pun.
Alright.
Oh, god damn it.
Okay, let's see what I can find here for you. We'll go
Have
through a
D6K.
You know, the Earth is made up of 70% water, and it's uncarbonated, so technically flat.
Draco.
Mm-hmm.
I have terrible ideas with the RR redeems.
Oh no.
Like if I do the masculine RR, can we have Vampire show up and do an RR?
Oh my gosh.
I mean, if you want, that technically would fall into the Ara.
Once they start doing RRs for our player characters.
Yeah, people have to redeem for that.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'd have to make a different redeem for that.
You would have to pay a hell of a lot.
Mm.
I'll do it on the normal redeem. You just have to ask. But I'll save the Vampire RR for another time when you're not expecting it.
Okay. We'll be like deep into Obajima or something, and you're gonna pull it in there.
Obajima or Crooked Moon.
Yeah, that character might be more inclined.
I feel like
Do
it'll
it.
be more out of the blue if it's an Obajima than Crooked Moon.
Yeah.
It'd be
Source's
hilarious.
Mind just says IRR.
Alright, but are
Book of
we
RR.
ready to get back into it?
Yes.
Okay,
Because Wolfie has to go into a private corner, have his
Yep.
secrets.
have a secret meeting with someone, but
Have your secrets.
well, let's head on into the chat of fate. All right, let's see. Do I want to change the music? I mean, I do, but I don't know what exactly it'd go with. Because none of those songs would work. Even though it's not technically them, I could use this song. All in the corner of your eye, you see him again. The Frost Wolf. You obviously react to that, but no one else seems to see it. It's ethereal. Seems to be that only you can see him here. You know, if you wanted more power, you could always obliviate your memories and go back to the darkness. More power, after all. And you need power, don't you?
I do need power, but not from you. I have enough. I'm not going to lose myself.
Are you sure it's enough? How can you be certain? You've seen what he's capable of. And I could give you a little extra boost. I'm not asking for full control. Maybe a little at first, but you'll get your way back to the driver's seat. We're the same after all. I am your shadow. I'll always be here when you need me. And you might need me sooner than you think.
I appreciate your concern for me, but I'm not going to lose myself. I've already given up so much of myself already. I'm doing this for everyone else, but this decision is for me. I'm not going to give in to you. I have a light, and I'm going to fight him with all I got. And I will win.
But what if that light gets snuffed out? I mean, she's going to be on the battlefield too, isn't she? She'll be in the crossfire, even if she stays far behind. Going to want to make sure that there's no way anyone could get to her. Right?
Can I roll an insight?
You certainly can. Doesn't have a traditional stat block, so I'll figure something out.
20.
Alright. With a 20, he wants control. He wants to be back in the driver's seat. He wants to bring the darkness back in. Part of it is a desire for control. But if you die, he dies. He wants to make sure he can continue living. And he knows that if you lose Irina, you might turn yourself back to the darkness. And he's using that.
He knows exactly what to say.
I am
And
thou, thou art I.
And to pull off of that same trend and emotion, I was just going to look at the Winter Wolf. He accepts that this is a part of him that will never leave. However, he's not going to give in to the dark side, but he knows that he has this nature within him. And he accepts that, but he does not take it up on the deal. You will still stay with me, and whether you like it or not, even if I do not say it, I'm going to keep you safe too. We are not going to die without a fight, and as long as I stay in control.
Very well. But if you should slip, know that I'll be here to take the reins. Just in case. And
We
he
shall see.
runs towards you and evaporates as his body connects with yours. And it all gets drained back in. And now, we can go back to the others.
Dog.
What is up, dog?
I said hot dog, but okay.
Oh, hot dog. I thought you said up, dog.
Nah, it's fine. See ya.
See you back there. Hello. Nope, nope. I'm still connecting. I'm still connecting. Give me just a second. Okay,
Is now
there
a good
we
time
go.
to pester Draco at some point?
Okay, I'm back now. For some reason, it wasn't letting me connect at first, so I had to disconnect, reconnect.
Ah,
It's all good. I come to out of the stupor.
It was this song.
I don't know if it's worth saying for the third time.
Oh, I accidentally put on...
Roll threes.
I got rid of the wrong song. Whoops. There we go.
Should I do a try 3?
What? Try 3, what?
Rules of 3. If you do it the fourth time, it's too much.
Oh, okay, okay.
I'm confused.
Is now the... I forget how I said it. Brick. Is now the...
You're under pressure now.
I am under pressure now.
Under pressure, do.
Pushing down on me.
Is now the time to pester Draco?
Why?
Ariel's cover up under pressure.
We need to watch Epic.
Ah, yes.
So is now the right time to pester Draco is the question.
I mean, not right now. Still playing
Probably after
D&D.
I'll pester to remind you that we need it.
Okay. I also added to party notes because I realized I didn't write down anywhere what the spells that Bolt got from the book so far, from your current readings.
You're an honorary priest, Bolt.
Yep. But only
As
as a
a priest.
ritual.
Welp.
Also, commune might be to vampire. Unclear.
Who's to say, you know? I mean, it could be anything.
Yeah,
really.
I mean, you got it from the Tome of Strahd, but you know, there are other
Who could
gods.
say?
But,
Luthander's
weird.
you.
hey, Lathander. How did you get this number?
Oh, fuck. So that wasn't Luthander.
No.
Well, you see, there was a book.
Oh, right, you were reading that, I forgot.
Is this a prank call?
I told you kids I don't want to buy any more Girl Scout cookies.
Alright, I am technically bound by commune to give you some information. What do you want?
Oh, Girl Scouts.
But, anyway.
Hello, this is totally not a scam call.
God.
How the hell did you get from that game to this one?
You can go anywhere, sir.
Uncle Alu, is that you?
No. If it was Alu, it would be Shao. This
wait,
is
right.
totally not a
I
scam.
forgot.
However,
Right, it's gonna make you eat.
But, anywho, Raul seemed out of it for a few seconds, but he seems to have snapped back too.
Raul, are you alright?
Yeah, I just talked to that winter wolf again. You know, the one that tried to kill us several times?
I thought I fucking vaporized him.
I mean, he's a part of me, He tried to offer me a
Right.
deal.
And you didn't take it, right?
No,
I mean, he did realize you had another deal already.
it's more the fact that like if I die, he dies. He is the shadow of my true self, and that if the worst were to happen, I may succumb to the darkness, and he wants to help give me power and control. But I turned them down. I do not need them.
Sounds like you got enough voices in your head.
Mm-hmm. I just have to make sure I don't lose myself if the worst were to happen.
Huh.
But I have all of you.
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere.
Not until this job is done, at least.
I think you will. We will destroy this devil and free the land, and you can all go home. Not even death can stop us.
So, we read more of the book, or are we heading to Velaki?
How long has it been?
I mean, you just started today. 5 hours was eaten up, so you're probably at noon at this point. Or, like, coming into noon. So you still got plenty of hours in the day.
Is it time for the armor to be done or not yet?
No, I think you still got... This was
2 more
like...
days.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we still got 2 days to burn.
Alright.
Just stay on the move. Finish the book.
Red stripes.
I'll make another kind of check for the book.
Alright. And then we'll move you to a different locale.
Same as before, Irina will give you guidance.
Clover will give you advantage.
And
Do we
it
have some
is...
lo-fi beats?
Yeah, it's a new day. Do we want to go lo-fi?
Yep.
Sure. New day means my bardic inspiration regen, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lo-fi
Yeah.
version of Neon Cat.
Take an inspiration.
16.
Okay.
Get that D4 and D8.
There's no way! There's no way they're nat ones! That can't be!
That's impossible.
With a nat 20 in performance?
Well, your performance doesn't
wait,
We'll
affect...
re-roll one of those.
Wait a minute, I rolled a D3 for some reason.
Wait, no, I see a D4 and a D8 there.
What the fuck? Okay,
Does it show
never
different
mind.
on your screen?
For some reason it was saying it was a D3. I don't know why, but maybe I'm just tired. It is 1 a.m. for me
True.
almost.
Yeah.
So that's at 18 total.
Yeah, that's not enough. Now that you're in the second half of the book, the code is really ramping up in difficulty. He wants to make sure people can't get to this part and learn. This may be where his deepest secrets are.
I'm gonna kick him right in the nuts when I see him. Just for doing that.
So that's 4 hours spent after the fun.
I'm just imagining Antonius's performance is Strahd is just a doofus for being like doing so many dumb things. He takes a pact and all of that and still got no weens. I know it's a bit of a stretch,
Mm.
but
Okay, so it's like about getting on to like 3 p.m. at this point. You could once again give it a shot. Guidance can be cast multiple times, and so could Bardic Inspiration if you want to reapply that again to try and help him crack this.
I'll do it again.
I'll find Aeon Cat.
I mean, if it takes 4 hours, you can technically just short rest and get all your inspirations back. So no
That
reason
is
to not do it.
true. Like after the 4 hours is up from. Ooh.
Oh, at least it's a 10.
Yeah, it's a 10.
Yeah.
Bardic Inspiration ain't helping that.
Do we all have to roll this, by the way?
No, it's just Bolt because he's the one attuned to the book.
Actually, wait, no, never mind. That's with advantage, so 10.
Yeah, so that's 10,
10.
and you would have the guidance again as well, right?
You know what? I'll
Which you
use.
would have to get
I'll
max
go
on
ahead and
both.
use a charge of my Flash of Genius. So add a +4 to that.
Okay, so that's 14.
Yep.
Not bad.
Roll a d4 and a d8.
Okay, so that's
17.
24.
that is enough. You crack into the chapter. You've gotten to the death part of Strahd's journal. Chapter 7, The Corruption of Yester Hill. And I imagine y'all are going straight into the book, yeah?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Magic Treehouse.
I'll just put this out for everybody since it is 1 a.m. Do we want to call this a natural conclusion, or do you guys want to keep going?
Yeah, it's probably a good idea to go right now, or to end up for the night.
Yeah.
I mean,
We have a place to start.
I was going to at least have the opening, but we could also just end here and then just crack into the chapter next session, if that everyone prefers that.
Okay.
That also works because then you won't leave us on a cliffhanger.
True.
I mean, technically, we were all already on a cliffhanger.
So what you're saying
it
is he should leave
depends-
us on a cliffhanger.
Mm.
Which cliffhanger do you want to leave on? Do you want to leave on we're about to get into the book, or do you want to leave on this is what the scene is once you get into the book?
I like the first one.
Yeah, honestly, I think the first one. Because you have no idea what could go in this. You just know that it's corruption on Yester Hill. And you can infer some stuff from that. This probably involves the Fanes. And Hecate's being divided. Or at the very least, it involves Yester Hill.
Hmm.
So yeah, let's start going around the horn. Anyone in particular want to start? Or we just go in Discord order?
I mean, I could go.
Alright. Dan, where can people find you?
You can find me here with Draco, playing as Kai Vermilion. Sometimes I show up in his chat just to see how everybody's doing, see if they're having fun. I'm also over with the Lost Knights, playing as Solbrick the Lizardfoot Artificer, and the Lost Chronicles of Fate. But currently we are on a hiatus because
Aw.
scheduling conflicts. So
The greatest enemy of Dungeons and Dragons, schedule conflict.
correct. We're still trying to figure out when we're going to finish off Eyes of Plenty. But other than that, that's basically all you can find me at, and I guess I'll pass it on to Chaco since he's tired.
Hello, I'm Chocolate Zombie 101. You can put me all over the social medias as some form of Chocolate Zombie 101. I stream on Twitch. Tuesdays, every other week, you can find me, Daluna, and Draco and Hoshi over on twitch.tv/BurnoutVaughn for Phase of Our Lives or Wild Beyond the Witchlight campaign. Then when we're not doing that, the other Tuesday, you can find me, Hoshi, and Draco playing Baldur's Gate 3 on our respective channels. Wednesdays, you can find me here playing Bolt for this campaign, and Thursdays you can find us over on Draco's channel, usually for party games, and on Fridays you can find me and Daluna over on twitch.tv/TwitchThePerson for Power Rangers Cyberstrike, our Power Rangers Tabletop RPG campaign. A heads up for most people, there may be yet another day change on that campaign. We'll keep you posted. I'll say we'll just go down the line, Broaden.
Hello. You can only really find me here on Wednesdays being everyone's favorite wolf boy, at least for right now. And yeah, having a lot of fun. Draco did a lot of really good acting. We got Strahd saying what the Sigma, and I'm happy for the night. I'll pass it down the line. That'll
That
be
me?
Daluna. Yep.
Hello, my name is Will 15. You can find me on Blue Sky, YouTube, and Twitch at Daluna13. As Chaco mentioned, on Friday, like, I'm not entirely sure we'll be able to do Cyber Strike this week because both good and bad news. I got a new job,
Congrats.
but because of that, schedules are up in the air because, well, I might have to be working the weekends. Specifically, they might have me work exclusively weekends. So
Ooh.
I'll find out hopefully tomorrow, if not soon ish. But I'll keep you guys posted on those or on that later on. Aside from that, you'll find me on Draco's channel for this campaign, any game nights we're doing, or Burnout Bonds channel when we play on our Phase of Our Lives campaign. That's it.
All right. Who's left? I believe Hoshi and Yell.
Hello, I'm Royal Hoshi. You can find me on social media as Royal Hoshi. You can also find me on Burnout's Barn channel on Tuesday, playing Face of Our Life with some of the guys here. And on our off days, you can find me, Draco, and Chaco playing Boulder Gates 3. Wednesdays, you can find me here on Draco's channel playing Clover. And that should be all for me as well. Yelling. Yo.
Hello, I go by Yell Tom on Low. You can find me as Yelling at Me or Yelling at Me BT on Twitch, Blue Sky, now Instagram. I'm still figuring out Instagram. And also YouTube, though I haven't been using YouTube as frequently because I would really love having everything translated into the different languages properly. I do not have the manpower to do that, and I cannot find where to find translators. Like human translators, because I prefer human translators. Google is just not cutting it with how I would normally speak. So that and so I will probably be streaming tomorrow in about 12ish hours from now, and again later in the night, same thing again the next day, and with my lovely Draco later in the night. And yeah, we are also, Draco, do you want to talk about the thing that we're going to, or would that be an after the thing?
I mean,
How much can we say?
Yeah, that's the thing I'm uncertain on. I mean, I'd consider, since it is under NDA, right?
Friendier is what they call it.
NDA. I don't think we should be talking about it
Okay.
on stream.
Fair.
Just know that there is an event that we are going to on Tuesday.
Which may or may not affect stream. Hence the disclaimer.
Yes.
This will affect both of our schedules.
Yep. But speaking of schedules, I believe that just leaves me. Hey everyone, you already found me here. I stream Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Fridays. Mondays, Persona 5 Strikers, where shit has hit the fan, but we recovered. Thanks to some ace attorneying from Say, and our resident police officers in Kichi awakening to a persona named after a character from Les Mis. Good for him. Now we gotta stop a rich person. What else is new? We've done that before, but now this one owns a company and AI stuff. It's complicated. Go over the sea. Tuesdays, you can find us over, as previously mentioned, at Burnout Vaughn's for Phase of Our Lives, or over here with Draco and Hoshi for Baldur's Gate 3. Wednesdays, you can see what the Night Slayers will uncover from the Tome of Strahd next. What other secrets does it have to reveal? You'll have to tune in to find out. Thursdays, you can catch me here with a whole bunch of different people for a variety of party games. And also, as previously mentioned, you can catch me and Yelling here on Friday for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I'm doing a Draco lock. They are doing a theme lock. And we're starting to close in on the end of the game. Well, more accurately,
Theoretically,
the end of the
just
main game. The main plot.
Theoretically, and also mostly just you.
Yes, I am near the end. Yelling still has to catch up.
Which I'm doing a great job at. Absolutely amazing. Totally made so much progress last stream.
You sure did. But
I definitely defeated a singular battler of any sort. You just don't check the VOD. Just trust me on this word, and don't check.
Or do check the VOD. I mean, I wouldn't say no to more views. Right, but with all of that said and done, how about we find someone to raid? Only got like 4 people.
You know who we should totally raid?
Who?
Draco Magnius.
But I think he's ending for the night. I don't...
No.
We can't raid into him.
Wow, that is